From palate cleanser to main course, this is the book that keeps on giving. Welcome to another round of Dice Scum Live, and the name is Adam. Hello.
We go in order?
Oh, oh, damn it. Hello, y'all. My name is Biggie Fick Dick.
And I'm Imsit, and we're hopefully going through part 2 of Iron Eagle.
That's the furry Nazi RPG that we covered. So before we get in proper, I do want to correct one thing, and by correct, I want to clarify. When I was criticizing the mechanics of the Year Zero engine that they used, the criticism came from the point of view that it read more like you had to have experience with the system, because they very quickly explain how it goes, and then they give you examples that are not very fitting for the time, and it's usually in a place that's a bit awkward. This is kind of because this is the author's first book, but it is just a big issue, I think. It makes it not very playable. So with that, let's get on to something much more modern. I apologize, Biggs. What were you going to say?
Well, I was just going to very apparent this isn't his first book. And in fact, we sent we have a spy plane that's currently hovering over Nazi Germany right now, actually.
Oh, we
looking
do?
at the Fuhrer's bunker. We do. We actually do we want to tell anything about what we know about the author and his associates by chance?
Nah,
let's save that for the final act.
Gotcha.
You might also see some of it on our Discord, which I've linked into the description.
Listen, if there starts to be some bannings on that Discord, we'll know they're watching us. So hey.
Yep.
We should also acknowledge too that we lost somebody else. Somebody dear that was here last session.
We had to send Randall to relieve von Paulus at Stalingrad. It did not go well. He is currently having to experience a society with no money, but that's a bit of a spoiler.
Actually, no. Since this takes place in 59, we can make a MASH reference.
Oh, yeah!
His plane was hit, spun into the Sea of Japan. There are no survivors.
That we know of. Yet.
Yeah.
Speaking of that area of the world, let's get to something that's very topical. Because we're about to lose a mechanic known as social credit. We've already lost 1,000 to the People's Republic of China, and we're going to lose more as we continue on. So every character who operates or lives within the Greater German Reich is assigned a social credit score. It's a very important number in the sense that it actually means nothing, because the way the system works, you could actually survive. Someone did the math on Notepad Anon's Discord. While you could not be a full soldier, you can survive and thrive as a lesbian mouse girl if you pick the right mechanics. That is how little of a shit this matters.
It's good to know in this alternate history, our good friend Imp said can still be a part of the Fuhrer Reich, the Fur Reich.
If I recall correctly, you need honorary citizen, which cancels out the -10 malice. You need to maximize your authority score. You also need to maximize your mentality. And I think there's a couple of other benefits that you can pick that improve it. While you can't, as a lesbian mouse, get into like officer ranks, I think if it was just like a straight male mouse, you probably could.
Yeah, it was ethical on Notepad Anon's Discord who did the math. So thank you for doing it for us.
Yeah, you did a lot of number crunching that we are way too incapable of doing right now. That is not our style of stream.
Yep. What we're trying to say is you probably did a lot more, research than the author did, who was furiously masturbating.
Mainly because the mouse was wearing Hugo Boss uniforms while being tied up for being a traitor to the Reich.
So
who was furiously masturbating.
As we give here as an example, probably his OC, Elena Rosenqueen, Officer First Class of the 30th Waffen-SS Regiment.
Okay.
So she has Authority 6, Mentality 3, which gives her a social credit score of 19, but she's a Barosi, that's plus 10.
Yeah, this
an
is
SS
a persona.
member, plus 10. Female, -5, but 4 ranks of leadership gives her a final credit score of 43.
She is the character you saw on the title of the book, which we showed in the first part. She is. She is clearly the character because the artist does not know how a borzoi looks. A real borzoi, if you're going to make one, they have large snouts, and they would look more like the Spy versus Spy characters, honestly. That's how long their noses
Also,
are.
I would like to acknowledge, too, that the Nazis in this setting are more progressive than modern-day America because they embrace the fact that they want women in the military.
In the SS. Also, metric steel. You missed last... How could you miss last episode?
You missed the Ducklawanger Brigade, which was like one of the worst ideas we had yet. There are struggle snuggle mechanics to correct a man from being gay to being normal. And when I say normal, that's not me saying it. That's the book saying it.
I don't think you're a true fan of Dice Scum. But you haven't watched all of our episodes.
You haven't watched all our episodes. It's fine.
Yeah.
Welcome here. Welcome here, Metric.
Yeah. It's also the fact that you could do it in reverse. So if we do play this game, we're doing it where we kidnap all of the members of Nazi High Command. We're going to correct them and then release the gay Nazi coup.
That's
Operation 69.
Doesn't that sound like an actual thing, like an actual fucking porn magazine somewhere that was made by like Japanese writers or something?
Yeah, that's
Japanese
that's
writers.
the porno.
No, that's got to be American.
Yeah, that's the porno parody of Inglourious.
That's some fucking letter daddy shit.
That's the porno parody of Inglourious Bastards. They just started raping them.
But yeah, I genuinely think this character Elena Rosen is the OC of the character of the main writer, or like one of the people involved in this, and here's why. So here's the thing, right? We covered all of the different personas that you could be, and there's a lot of them because that's a big thing with furries. They really like their options. But one of the things I noticed is that they separated borzoi, which is just a type of dog, from the other dogs. That's a little suspect, isn't it?
You say sus?
Isn't it?
Well, no, think about it. There's other breeds that are associated with royalty, like there's the Tibetan, the lion dogs of China, for example. They were associated with imperial royalty. The Charles Spaniel was associated with Spanish nobility. The Corgi is associated with the Queen. So what makes borzoi special? Until you think about it, it makes sense that it's probably, especially since this SS division is a homemade division specifically for this fucking character.
How do you homebrew an SS division
30
outside
SS
of a
division,
fucking, outside of a fucking Conflict 47 game?
Also, Rosenqueen, that's a very mouse name, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, no. Wait, Conflict 47 doesn't have... Well, no, you could have the Waffen SS and that. We should do that as a review one time.
Also, Queen is not really a German name. This is... Here's my hypothesis. Elena is actually a mouse in disguise as a dog.
Oh.
I know this because the alien saucer that we saw on the cover is beaming me information from Agartha itself.
You mean Wigartha?
Oh, yeah, it'd be Wigartha. But yeah, she was given her own division for leading the successful defense of Berlin against the communist onslaught, even though canonically, according to this book, it was the Charlemagne division that did, which were skunks.
Maybe she's French.
Did you just say Charlemagne as Charlemagne?
What can I say? But I'm the Rich Evans of this group. So anyway, just have some fun at your table. And just sit down, have fun, and we'll get back into We're going to get back into Ironbird.
Yep. And then we see a wonderful image from Roz Gibson. I think gave permission?
I think so, but Roz Gibson did a lot of these types of art. These are the funny animal guys. You know, the ones that would occasionally be shown on like public access news. Going, look at this weird art gallery with the funny animals. And,
was that
shit like this?
No. You're thinking of Brian Swords, I think.
Different guy.
Yeah, the mouse.
Look, the furries were fucking a plague back in the late 90s. All right.
Wait, Simon.
They tried to go mainstream.
Serious question: did Nazi Germany actually use social credits? No.
This is made up.
They would have had some things that's like promoting you if you were doing correct behavior. Most famously would be if you were a woman who had children. The more you had, you would get some sort of symbol.
You would
But social
like a
credit,
medal. You would get a medal, and I
yeah.
believe you got a slight payment bonus.
I think
But-
I know where he got this from. If you want me to explain, or do you want to continue more?
No, I don't mind.
Explain.
Like this is one page. By the way, this chapter is one page.
I think this mongoloid got the idea from TNO because, like, literally during, I believe it's
Oh.
Spheres Pass, Spheres Pass, like during his reforms, the only way that the Reich would be able to survive in the modern era is
to do
to
what
basically
Gang did.
become the factory of the world.
Yeah,
Yep.
basically, yeah. For those wondering, TNO is a mod for Hearts of Iron 4. For those of you who don't know, I think a lot of you do, but for anyone showing up who doesn't, it's a mod for Hearts of Iron 4, which plays with the idea of what if Nazi Germany won. And there's a disturbing amount of moments from this book that seem borrowed from this. And the other thing about it is, the really funny thing about it is, the guy who made this book is too dumb for Hoi 4, which is the easiest of them to the point where even 12-year-old like squeakers know how to play it.
This was a revelation that our spy balloon was able to find, where he admitted as such.
I just think it's really weird. I think it's really weird that you're
It is.
basing it on a game you don't know how to play. And it's just because they didn't even figure out that you could just stick like some torpedoes on a bathtub and just spam that until you win.
But
So
now moving
after
into
moving to Gibson art, here's the character classes, which have more furry art for those curious.
Now the character classes, though, you have to have a certain social requirement.
Oh.
So this only just so the social credit thing just only serves as a barrier to gameplay, which this is also not a very class restrictive setting. This is using year 0.
Yeah. And on top
So-
of that, the gate for social credit, like, it's not even that impressive. The only thing it restricts you on is whether or not you're an officer, really.
But I would like to pay attention to some of those character classes. So we got the private, mechanized infantry, decorated soldier, officer specialist, hypnotist.
Well, that's a fucking red flag right there.
Monk, magician, and samurai.
Huh.
Now, here is the reason why. This book is a combination of the actual main rulebook and the Pacific Theater supplement.
Oh, the one where for whatever reason he threw everything out of 20th century China and Japan and just decided to make it all fucking Han Dynasty bullshit again.
The fun thing about that book
and Gundam.
too, about like his sequel book, is the fact. So like this fucker put his product on itch.io.
Mm-hmm.
Got banned from
The
itch.io.
the Wuxia supplement, like little book thing, where it literally just shows you like the rising sun and a bunch of furry samurais. For itch.io, that's pretty fucking run of the mill. So this fucker, because they don't know what the fuck is in that book, it's just up on the front page. No, not on the front page. It's still up on itch.io. So you, dear viewer, can support this individual by giving him money to read his samurai furry sex Palooza. Do it now.
Speaking of
Support
which,
him.
I want to correct something I was surprised by in the first episode. It's not that surprising itch.io kicked it out, because this is, in the creator's own words, it is an attempt to write from the point of view of the greater German Reich. It's poor, and the voice is so bad that honestly some of it feels like it's attributable to the author, which might be why it got banned. Actually, it's probably why it's got banned. It has mechanics on, well, you saw the struggle snuggle mechanics last time, and for those of you who don't, that's their cute little way of saying forcible, oh, how do I even...
Graping.
Thank you.
Graping. You get to be the grapist.
I'm a record! But yeah, so let's get into the different classes which have art for it.
So the first up is the private.
Which, this is actually Osttruppen uniform. This is either Osttruppen or Luftwaffe uniform. One or the other, because it's poor fitting. It's field gray, that's why I'm thinking Osttroops, because they weren't usually given Stahlhelms. These were basically troopers that were from not the Eastern Front, but, collaborators that were attached to the Wehrmacht directly. These were the sorts of guys that would guard, like, the walls, the Atlantic Wall, you know? They're the sort of guys that basically, they're a step above militia. But being a private is short, painful, and underpaid. But they're the backbone of every squad. They're the backbone of the fucking military, my guy. They're disposable and interchangeable. I mean, if you want to be a terrible tactician,
So
yes.
you literally, if you choose this class, you just you just erase the character name.
You're disposable, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Where Eagles dares take on a whole new meaning if you involve this book. Eagles are, for whatever reason, we covered this in the previous section, but each species poorly represents a nationality, but not really, because each nation has different species. Eagles are Italian coded, despite the fact that they are also very significant on the iconography of so many European monarchies. It's not even funny.
And America?
America too.
Why weren't our leaders bald eagles?
Well, because they were Wolverines instead.
Yeah, but you
well,
can
the
make that just
Wolverines
the
is
generic
because
people.
the Wolverines is literally because Red Dawn. The sources of inspiration are very spurious, and it's mostly just on the fly, which is charming, but it also has its own problems because it's not really a love letter. It's kind of more like watching an alien that has crash landed on Earth trying to interpret how this is how the human entertainment system works. I will use this to try to make people laugh. Ha ha ha.
But next up, though, is the monk.
Which, notice how very different this art is. By the way, notice that they are not dressed. Well, I mean, in fairness, a monk would be dressed like this because they're supposed to be like part of a religious order. But
unlike the monks of Western nations, holy men in the East are ready and willing to defend those around them and right the wrongs in the world.
they've never really ran into Christian radicals, have they?
Oh.
To say too, I mean, weren't the Templars technically monks? Now that I'm
Yeah.
thinking about
No,
it,
were they monks? I thought they were knights.
Knights Templar, they made an oath to serve. They're not really monks. Monks are usually more of those who vow for some form of asceticism or separation. They usually go into chantries. These are the types of dudes that would write down books. These are also the people that specialized in partying hard because most of the best cheeses and a lot of the better beer inventions came from monks because they had a lot of free time. So guess what they did? They did a lot of agriculture. So a lot of different types of wine. I think brandy was invented by monks, for example. Cheese, the brie cheese, I believe, was invented by monks. A lot of cheese types were made by monks. And later on, they eventually got into science. Because remember, the father of genetics, Gregor Mendel, was a monk who, out of boredom, just decided to try to breed traits into his pea pods out of curiosity.
Yeah, but so
But
if
that's
you
not
want to play
these
as
types
monk,
of monks. These types of
yeah,
monks are wuxia bullshit.
yeah, fight for justice and stand up for the common man. Remember, the last entry we had was talking about how to play as a member of the Wehrmacht.
A Wehrmacht, who are disposable, replaceable, and forgettable, who die by the bucket load, by the way.
And our next group, the Gestapo.
Oh no, before then, some other things. I like how these people are seen as good. Reminder, the monks were responsible for shit like the Boxer Rebellion because they believed they could kung fu the bullets to death and they wanted to slaughter all the white men in their city.
And when you get to Southeast Asia, well, the monks start doing a little purging of Muslims.
Yes, not only that, but these are the people who willingly set themselves on fire for their belief. Oh, and last but not least, it is these guys' mindsets that led to things like the Japanese Imperial Army committing all those war crimes.
Wait, what?
Uh, it's not really the religion; it's more like the mindset of like Neo-Confucianism and shit like that.
I don't know how Neo-Confucianism goes to...
I'm okay. I was kind of reaching, but I'm just pointing out that the monks of East Asia are not peaceful.
Yeah.
A lot of them were rather
Still,
violent.
no, I'm taking a side to say, like, I don't know how you translate from like Neo-Confucianism to let's start throwing babies on our bayonets.
Ah, yes, the Gestapo. Who? Why are they wearing a French? That's a French military hat.
Because you're in law enforcement. Because that's what they were, law enforcement.
That's literally the French kepi. This is the French kepi. Why are you wearing a kepi? This is not what the Gestapo usually wore, if I remember right. Actually, could you double check? I could be full of shit. This is probably
okay,
the
wait.
Gestapo
Well,
uniform.
no, because despite the name, it is the generalized class for anyone who wants to be a police officer.
Yeah, this was fucking with my head because here's the thing,
Why
right?
why are you using Gestapo? That's a specific...
Gestapo was one of Germany's secret polices. What
It's a
you would be
secret
doing is Orpo. Ordnung Polizei. That's what Orpo meant. Ordnung Polizei. The order police. That's what they did.
He cracked open a high school, American high school textbook on World War II. He knows everything about it.
American?
By the way, the Gestapo are the first line of defense between civilized fascism and complete anarchy in the streets.
I think some of the more offensive references in this book wouldn't have been used if he had at least an American textbook.
Also notice that defense is spelled in the British way.
Which means to tell us, probably not American.
He's cultured.
He uses the King's English. He's Canadian. Or British.
Or
worse, Australian.
Or learning a language, learning a second... This would be a second language for him?
You could be right. This could be the worst timeline of all. He's Malaysian.
ESL.
People forget Malaysians speak English.
Your character can commit minor crimes and get away with it. They may also arrest civilians for any reason, or not at all, and confiscate their goods.
Well, yeah.
Oh, great. Police abuse.
Well, yeah, you also get a bonus to either good cop or bad cop.
Are they the good guys?
I don't know, but the next up, though, is mechanized infantry.
Well, no, before then, there's another thing. Each case you solve increases your social credit score by 1, but abusing your power can cause you to lose social... You can farm social credit by just being the worst cop. Oh, God. I could get infinite social credit and just burn it all on resources if I wanted to with this character, because solving a crime, right? That doesn't mean I get it right. I could put innocent people in prison or just shoot them on the fucking spot, and that resolves the crime. Mechanically, that means I could just... What I could do is I could just go full fucking just... I start pulling out my STG-44 and start blasting. Jesus.
Well, next is the mechanized infantry, where you get to be able to pilot any vehicle from air, land, and sea.
I find that really weird that this is kind of just slammed together into one.
Yeah.
And here's why. When we get to samurai... God. Well, we'll get to samurai.
We'll get to... So, yeah.
So stupid.
Doesn't matter if you're piloting a Zeppelin, a tank, or a battleship. Same class.
Yeah, it's a fucking shame, isn't it? Like, you know, the difference between piloting a Tiger tank is very different from piloting a Zeppelin, but you could just do it both.
Little known fact, you just need one person operating an aircraft carrier.
Prissy Princess Cyanide goes, also, Lesbian Mouse Cop is the name of my band. I mean, that sounds like a Zootopia character, honestly.
Fanfic Zootopia character.
Probably. Also, Panzermeister, the bond between a mechanized infantryman and his vehicles is a special one that can only be understood by cavalrymen of old. So what you're saying is
by the horse?
Yeah.
There were horses. Is that why there's no horse girls in this setting?
I think he just didn't want to get sued by the emos.
No, because we'll find that out on the next page with the rider.
Why is he dressed like a Han Dynasty general?
He's riding a horse.
This feels like this feels like, you know how like everybody always points out like fucking Pluto and like Mickey Mouse's world, and that feeling right now. And I don't like how that horse is drawn too. I think I know why there's horses in this setting.
I don't like because you can see in the eyes, these are Sanpaku eyes. That horse has Sanpaku eyes almost. This horse, it might be aware. It might actually be as sentient as its rider, and it's just contemplating.
My name's Mr. Ed. Get me out of this world.
No,
I'm
going with these people. These poor four-legged creatures have been enslaved because they lack hands.
Two hands good, or 2 legs good, 4 legs bad.
Honestly,
well, cavalry may have fallen out of fashion in the more advanced nations. The collapse of the Asian civilization has seen the rebirth of the older, simpler ways of fighting battles.
Translation, this guy really thinks that Eastern Asia needs to be reduced to wuxia bullshit.
A writer is the general term for anyone who is exceptionally talented at mounted combat. Whether using a sword, gun, or both at the same time, you could be an American cowboy, European Cossack, or Chinese bannerman, just to give 3 examples of writers.
Oh yeah, that's another
Writers are
thing
more.
that I think he gets in trouble for. For whatever reason, he stupidly thinks that the Japanese would reinstall the Qing dynasty just because Emperor Puyi of Manchuria. That was never the plan. We'll get into that. Like, the world building is literally not even vibes based. It's just random bullshit go.
Yeah. Well,
But Adam,
next, yeah.
Manchurian Candidate, remember?
Yeah. Next.
That's a phrase.
Also,
yeah.
European Cossack. You don't remember the Hussars, which was much more. Cossacks were more of a Russian thing. The hosts. It would be Hussars or light cavalry, dragoons. Also, American cowboys. What about Rough Riders?
For Metric Steel.
Fuck.
What happened in the world of Zootopia between the years of 1930 and 1945, and this book finally answers that.
You know, you might be right. You might be right, Metric Steel. This might have been what happened. So some of the things that you should never do in Zootopia is never feed a predator the blueberries, never be racist to a snake, and never ask Nick what his grandparents were doing during the war.
So, Percy Princess here. What do you think are the chances of an American cowboy, European Cossack, or Chinese bannerman has against an MG42 line? Well, you have a special rule. When an opponent targets you, you may select either you or your horse to be the target, and you may attempt to parry or dodge regardless.
That's not how that works. So you actually asked that? So fun fact.
He's going to Leon S. Kennedy this.
No, you don't
Parry
understand.
machine
I
gun
actually
fire.
have an answer to this. I have an answer to this. Because the Soviet Union, there was a clique of people that were very big into cavalry. This included people like, what was his name? Gregory Kulik and Semyonov. And these people insisted that the mechanization drive that was being pushed by Tukhachevsky was the wrong approach. And they actually got their hands, when Tukhachevsky got shot, they got their hands on Soviet mobile doctrine. They fucking tried that. And do you know what happened? Mass slaughter, like what happened in World War One. Because that also happened in World War One. That was like some of the first aggressive pushes by the French using their cavalry.
Not just their cavalry, themselves as well, just going up in bright, shiny uniforms right into machine gun fire.
Well, in fairness, the uniform was because the French legitimately... The French military tried 3 fucking times to change that uniform, and the civilian government kept shooting it down because it was too iconic. I'm not even kidding. That's the reason
Make
they
it
were
a
stuck
dress
with it.
uniform.
That was the compromise, but then World War One broke out as they were starting to make the new fucking uniform.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
think about those poor horses that could have, their descendants could have been cute Unamusume.
I'm just thinking about how much salami and horse glue I get. Think about all the horse glue I could drink and the salami I could eat.
But now we have here...
What I'm trying to say is Uma Musume has made me realize the horrors of war and how we should never have war again.
So
didn't you learn that the first time with my little... What is with you and horses, actually?
I don't know.
Goodbye, horses.
Next up is the logistics master. You're a logistics master.
The expression on this mustelid's face is I think this is what most people have when they read this book. What in the fuck am I reading? Actually, I don't think that's a mustelid. That's a traced otter. That's a fucking otter.
Oh.
Did they stat out otters? Because they're not mustelids.
But then we have...
it looks like a weasel.
We then have the specialist, which can be any kind of role you want for a specialist.
When I think of a medic, I think of Skaven with a gun. Don't you want this Skaven to give you medical aid? Look at him; he's running right towards you.
Well, no. I would call that I would call that the quartermaster for the food storage.
No. Think about it. He's about to give you your medicine. It's in that lead pill dispenser right there. He's giving it to you. I'm sorry, but like the Uma over there, your leg's broken, and we need to give you the immediate treatment. Here's a lead pill right to your dome.
Wait, no. He might be MOD, Mouseland Defense, MDF, Mouseland Defense Forces.
You think he's a rat that's friends with the mice and he's like serving with the MDF?
No, he is a mice. He is a mice, and he's making sure there's no war crimes happening.
It says here for extra training, It says, for the fun of it, feel free to give yourself a fun, unofficial role like marksman, surgeon, or researcher. So that means I could become the DJ Mixmaster that I always wanted to be in 1950 Berlin.
Yep.
I'm just now envisioning a DJ, like a person who's just like switching records and like scratching and making like remixes in the middle of like a fucking artillery barrage.
I wouldn't normally accept a Skaven medic, but this one looks very polite, so I'll make an exception. Good on you, Prissy. We then have next the decorated soldier. Oh, look at that!
That's
It's the
stolen from
Jinro.
something. Yeah, it's Jinro. It was stolen from Jinro. Or what's
that was
that
supposed
other
to be in
one?
Japan.
What's that other one? Not Helldivers,
Pat-
it's another one.
Patlabor?
No, the video game that was before that with the space Nazis.
Oh, Killzone.
Killzone. That's what. Actually, no. Correction. That's a modified Gelgoog armor, but with a Zaku shoulder shield.
Oh my god!
I mean, the
you're
shoulder
right.
pauldrons are
No.
wrong. Well, the shoulder pauldrons are wrong, but it's just the helmet
don't
combined
think
with it.
It's Xeon.
Look, I'm just gonna say it. I don't think this guy is too based enough to know what good mecha is.
True. It's just you know how the Gelgoog has a lot of fans around its bottom. You know, like around its chest, the bottom of its chest piece, because it's like
Yeah.
vernier jets and air cooling. It kind of feels like that. It also, I think Jinro is more accurate though. It's just this feels heisted. And here's the thing, like 1950s diesel punk, like super soldier stuff like this, that'd be fun. Like that's power armor, baby. That sounds like a real fun ride. And you have what looks to be a drum-fed MG42 with a what is it, a heat suppression on it. You know, that fucking barrel thing.
Next up though is the officer.
Oh wait, no, there's one more stupid thing. It has a pistol stock. It has a foldable stock. This big fucking machine gun has a. This is a modified MP40. This is like a weird MG42 that's modified into a machine pistol format with a fucking drum belt and a foldable stock. What is this abomination?
Probably somebody who has made something made by the officer, which is the next character we have.
Why is he dressed like a division of death or a Russian general?
Because he's a bear.
But that's not what the Soviet general uniform looked like. Oh, is this supposed to be like for the Romanov division? Like this is like an SS officer for the Romanov Restoration Front or something?
Who knows, maybe. But you also get a retinue.
All right.
So, if you play as this guy, you get your own NPCs.
Die for me.
Field orders.
Oh, I just realized what this is. Isn't this a ripoff of the Vostroyan officer armor?
No.
Some 40k thing, man. I was thinking more like
what I was going to say. This retinue thing feels 40k-ish, but no, it's just vague, aristocratic military.
Yeah, it's triggering something in my head looking at this.
This could be a furry version of House Steiner from BattleTech.
Yeah, for all we know.
So
no, why don't he's not cool enough for that.
Don't
say that.
We've got a bunch of stuff in the retinue: chauffeur, medic, bodyguard, special operative, soldiers, assaulters.
I find it interesting that all of this effort is specifically just for these classes.
Yeah.
Isn't this kind of horseshit?
Then we have after that the samurai.
Oh god. Yep, here we go.
In tune with your ancient heritage, a samurai is one who is devoted to maintaining order and tradition. But despite its name, one does not have to be Japanese to be samurai.
What?
You know, despite the fact that it's the name.
Hey,
it's from that country. Adam, and you kind of have to be nobility from that area to be considered a samurai.
Also, the character example is dressed as one with fucking Geta and everything.
You know what they say, Adam? The Jew's a samurai.
Yeah.
Also, I like
it could represent.
No. Here's another thing. He's wielding two blades. One is a wakizashi, and the other, I think, is what's the one that's longer? Is that a nodachi?
I think it's a nodachi.
Oh, this is brilliant. Listen to this. It doesn't matter if you hail from China, Japan, Siam, or even somewhere like Brazil. If you want to be a wealthy aristocrat upholding the ancient ways of your people, then the samurai class is right up there
That's
for you.
stupid.
Yeah,
Brazilian samurai. Why have we not made that yet?
Oh, we did. Jetstream Sam from Revengeance. Memories broken. The truth is unspoken.
Oh God, do you think that's supposed to be a reference to
Yes.
No.
Sam?
No, it could be also a reference to the fact that there are Japanese Brazilians.
No, it is literally. I think this is a Jetstream Sam.
Still, though,
reference.
no, I am surprised there hasn't been something weird in the favelas. Somebody dressing like a fucking samurai.
Like, I would have just called this a warlord in some example. I would have shown like 3 different character examples. You would show the samurai to represent like nobility. You would no, think about it like this. Imagine a retro-futuristic fucking knight with like a Panzerfaust lance on a mechanized horse. And then finally, you have the Brazilian samurai with the nanofiber weave and also using like Santeria voodoo magic to curse his blade. Think of that shit.
So let's see. You can either be a warrior or a daimyo. Oh, like God. Boba Fett from the hit series, The Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, if you're curious, Dave Filoni has a habit.
Wolf fetishes.
Here's the thing. Dave Filoni has a habit of just using weeabooisms in his work.
And unlike previous Star Wars lore, where they actually decided where these fucking human words came from, we don't know where the fuck this comes from.
It's just whatever, because he doesn't care.
I guess the Zell was Japanese.
Don't worry, it'll be explained like 3 different areas in 3 different episodes because Dave only sees the episode he's making at the moment. He doesn't give a shit about past or future. But yeah, here's the retainers that you could get if you choose to go Daimyo, or you could go Dynasty Warrior full Lu Bu bullshit.
You can get the Hatamoto, the Yumihiki, the Cavalryman.
I fucking despise this man.
The
for
ninja,
going this way.
The Ashigaru, or the Ronin.
I kind of hate that I really hate that this is its own thing when it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. Also, hypnotist, because, you know, that's a class.
Maybe Dave Filoni secretly wrote this book.
Maybe. I don't know if he has a persona that's a borzoi, but maybe.
I'd love it if it turns out that, yes, this was Dave Filoni all along.
This is Dave Filoni in an old
account. He's some weird neo-Nazi.
Oh, God, if people find out about it, I'll be canceled from Star Wars forever. Oh, no.
Finally, we will have our revenge.
And he was a bad writer.
Yep.
So yeah, hypnotist. Yeah. I'm not really a fan of this, especially since this is a furry doing this. You want to know why?
You will now be sleepy, and you will now suck my dick.
Yeah. So hypnotism is like one of those things that occurs in pulp stories. Now, here's the thing. In pulp stories, it's usually just kind of like a weird little flavor. It's still really weird and sexually oriented usually. But with this, there's like a predatory aspect to it, mainly because you know that their awakening was something like from the fucking Jungle Book. I think this one's more like trying to chase the old-timey method of hypnotism, but it should... Why is this its own class? That's kind of weird.
Player characters are immune to your abilities unless stated otherwise.
That's really fucking weird. I mean, hey, this allows... Oh God, imagine if the Ducklawanger Brigade had a hypnotist on board. It'd be so easy to correct all of those villagers.
It's just like... Yeah, this is just the author's...
Finally, the gay boy berserkers and the smegma crazies, but German.
Oh, God.
I'd imagine Ducklawanger as... what was the guy's name from Mad Max 2?
Blaster Master?
No, that's Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Humongous?
Yeah.
Humongous, yeah.
The Lord Humongous, and it's just Durlwanger. That fat tank of Jew. Just give it to me, and I will let you all go.
I was about to say, too, I mean, we can't even call this the author's disguised fetish. We just know he's in the hypnotism.
Yeah, probably.
Simon, though, pointing out, The school admitted by the writer of the game in an interview a few years ago of Chrono Cross is the same as Filoni went to.
Wait, what? What?
What? That's so random. That has to be true.
That's so insane. I'm going to assume it's true until proven otherwise, like most
You will
conspiracy
have to. You will have
theorists.
to link that in the Discord.
I need to see that because that would explain so much. There's something wrong with that school.
It was stream of consciousness.
Oh, by the way, use special tools, drugs, or your eyes. You can see into someone's soul and transform it to suit your needs. That is literally a fetish.
Simon here is saying
God.
the writer said he wrote it in stream of consciousness.
Oh yeah, stream of consciousness style writing. That's like part of the reason modern entertainment's so bad. The other is they don't fucking talk to anyone. They don't talk to their own team. It's insane.
But next up, though,
I find it disturbing. Ringmaster gets an entire section about this sort of stuff, and it describes how you can alter your soul. Your assistants will obey your every command and love you, but retain most of their old. Oh God, this is horrible.
I get my harem that's not graping because they're consenting.
I will make you love me.
All right, so Adam, let's take a count here. Let's talk about the games that had rape in them. We had the awful androgynous, which was Wraithulu.
We got
Cthulhu Tech. Cthulhu Tech. Fatal.
Tech does. Only 2% of Cthulhu Tech was rape.
Yep, only 2%. Of course, as I said, of course, Fatal.
Technically, Delta Green has modules for it, but the core game not so much.
Yeah, but it's not in the.
It's done in a smarter way than this.
Like, oh yeah, very much. Yeah.
It's an incidental horror thing that just turns like it's used for horror. It's not used for whatever the fuck this is. I don't even know if Chalt did that. Did Chalt do it?
Oh, there's probably something in Chalt. And then this game. So I guess
no. It does, but I think you punish the people who do it. I think Wenger actually has more restraint than this guy when it comes to forcible pleasure.
You're right.
He might. I could be wrong. There might be something in Delta Blue that I'm not remembering at all. Not Delta Blue. Alpha Blue.
Alpha Blue.
Delta Blue is a very interesting crossover between Delta Green and Alpha Blue. Let me tell you. I think I might have given Wenger a new idea. Hey, buddy, if you listen to this, here's your new idea. Delta Blue.
Remember those Secret Service guys that were caught with drugs? Like probably like 8 years ago.
You had to narrow it down. You had to narrow that down.
I just remember they were on overseas or something like that.
This is not the first time that this is not the first time federal agents have been caught with horrendous amounts of drugs that were not explainable.
But next up, though, Magician. You know.
Okay, so
look at all this shit for hypnotists. There's like household. You have servants equal to your maximum mental. You literally could just choose to make like a fuck farm out of this. What the hell? Yeah. What is this?
It's wizardry.
By the way, this is a retrace.
Magic is back, baby.
No, before then, this is a white mage This is actually Krill's white mage costume from Final Fantasy V. Just painted pink.
There are at least a dozen known sources of magic to draw upon.
Is that how the Bright was able to win? They were able.
Perhaps.
So here's the thing.
Here are the sources.
Magic. The concept of using magic in this, I don't necessarily hate. I do hate that it's done by Germans only because Theosophism and occultism was a thing before the fucking Germans, and most European nations.
No, that's Jewish occultism.
Yeah, think about that.
Aryan occultism.
What you know it'd be really cool. Okay, hear me out. What if you had a mouse like on top of a giant rat golem that just is like punching things? Like, what if that was the art they used instead?
Or no. You just go crazy with that Kabbalah stuff.
Oh yeah, you see the Sephiroth tree of life behind the dude as he's like reading from a fucking scroll, like this old mouse with like a long beard, just like reading from a fucking scroll, blind. With like the little pointer thing. I forget the name of the tool that you use to read it.
Mezuzah.
Yeah, the mezuzah. Like, come on, doesn't that sound like a really cool bit of mouse art there? And you just see like fucking sigils in the background lining up alongside the tree of life.
Wait, I was wrong. It's not the mezuzah.
That's a different thing.
No, that's what you put on the doorpost.
I don't know what the pointing thingy is, the golden hand pointy thing. But yeah, that. Well, while he's doing that, magic was lost in the civilized world, but thankfully the Germans taught us that magic was real using the power of Heinrich Himmler, which is a raven. He should have been a chicken. We said that last time, but he should have been a chicken.
Yod. That's what it was, a
The
yod.
yod. Come on, doesn't that sound like a much cooler piece of art than what this thing is, which is just a white mage?
We use that so we don't damage the parchment with skin oil.
Yeah, if you're curious, parchment doesn't like oils. You have to be very careful when handling it. And it also stinks. Something that people really don't know about it, like when people talk about the smell of parchment, that's not a pleasant smell. It's kind of like a lesser version of a tannery. It's disgusting.
But back to this type of magic. So, let's see. You
it
cast
uses
any
Vancian
spell.
casting. It uses the Vancian casting system.
Unless otherwise, yeah. Infinite range, as long as you see the target, and you make a roll, and I guess you need to succeed that roll.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna slap together some D&D onto this son of a bitch, because it's not like we got something else to do.
So, the magical sources. Elemental, fire, water, wind, and earth.
Okay, here's my question.
You
So he's a
wait,
weeaboo,
you should
right?
have gone earth, wind, and fire. This guy doesn't know his music.
Well, yeah, not only that, but my other problem with this, so he's a weeaboo, right? Why on earth are there only 4 elements like the classical West? There should be 5, like in China, which is the thing you clearly care much more about.
But remember, this guy's probably a wereaboo.
Well, he's also a weeaboo, too.
Yeah. But the esoteric, vril, gate, cosmic, and magnetism.
Angel Arroyo, what are they doing in a ret roll to do magic? No, that's too hard. The mage spheres are way too hard for this.
Yeah. But then you have spiritual, Enochian, diabolism, Aristophic and protection.
Okay.
And then primal, war, song, spring, and winter.
I feel like he was just reaching by the end.
Well, yes, because we now have a page for each of our spell casting. You know, for this one specific character.
This dude, bro, thought he was
gets
cooking
so
with
many
this.
new powers.
Bro thought he
which
was
is
cooking
just
with this.
fire, which is just cast fireball, cast fireball, cast fireball, cast fireball, and then flame wall.
Oh, they don't even have any cool kit bash.
Oh, you could just revive a dormant volcano at rank 5.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Water.
Well, no. Here's I want to complain about this. So, you know what you could have done if you're gonna do magic, go all out. And on top of that, have more than just blast casting. This is the sign of a person with low creativity. And here's why. There's a lot of other things you could do with fire. Hear me out. What if I told you that you could cure disease with fire? Here's why. You touch a person and you raise their internal body temperature up to artificially give them a fever, kicking the plague, the bad air inside them. Here's another one. You just do what Mustang does in Full Metal Alchemist. Snap your finger and turn it into a match, which you can use to light fires, or alternatively, to warm up the area around you so that you're fine in the cold. It doesn't just have to be fire. You could be creative, but all he can see is fire, fire, fire.
Yeah. Though, to bring up, what I meant earlier about the Chrono Cross thing meant the writer of Chrono Cross is the same as Filoni. Not the guy of the book.
You might want to be careful with what you say, because I'm going to be frank with you. The Diopsid will very disagree with you on that, probably.
Yeah, well, he's put the link in the Discord.
Fair enough.
But let's see. Water. Downpour. Or create a wall of fog. Or 3 stats, 3 casts to heal people. Okay.
I like how water is
wind.
the healthy one. Here's another thing you can do. So your body's 90% water. You could do some blood bending shit from Avatar, for example. Another one that people forget, dry drown people on land by creating water in their lungs.
All right, Percy. Command a nearby volcano to do as you wish. Oh, great and Smoky Mountain, write me a furry Nazi game, please. I have the nether tingles.
:3.
Yeah, to do as you
Here's
wish.
another horrible one. What about using water like Crocodile's power from One Piece, where you just drain the water out of them like a fucking mummy?
Or actually, what if you completely put water into them, causing their cells to blow up by apoptosis?
True, and that would also allow them to do the horrible fetish that you know they probably have. This is
I don't.
perfect.
I don't think it inflates them. It
No, it
causes
would.
their.
It's a
I mean, their
furry. It
cells
would.
would burst.
It's a
You're right.
furry. It would.
But next is wind, where you can use force push.
Don't worry, Angel. We're
You
gonna
can-
get to entropy. We have to cover the elementals first.
You can heal people, prevent them from slow fall. So this guy's played Morrowind
Well, it's also D&D. This is borrowed from D&D.
and Tornado.
Also, haste, time magic is tied to wind. What?
Speed.
Time magic is tied to wind.
Hmm.
You know what would
Then
be?
we have.
Oh, no. Here's something that would make more sense. You use the wind to guide your aim better. Think about it like this: a sniper team where one is the traditional like all natural sniper, and their spotter is the wind mage who can literally affect the speed of the wind trajectory to allow for more accurate aiming. Come on, if you're gonna do magic in your setting, you gotta think this shit through.
Yeah. And then we have Earth, in which we're allowed to shape the terrain, destroy buildings, or create a fucking mountain.
And stone skin stolen from D&D.
And Earth talent, diggy diggy hole.
Because we have to be funny.
Memes.
We have to do memes.
Epic. Then we have Vril, lightning bolt, mending, lightning storm, Herbert West reanimator, and
I'm so
replacement.
sad that Randall had to be sent to bail out Von Paulus because he'd be so into this section.
And then we have Gate, which is invented by Atlantis.
Oh, Stargate SG-1. This is a Stargate reference.
Create 2 miniature portals, teleport.
This is a reference to Stargate.
Time meddler.
Yeah, it's Stargate.
Well, did Stargate have time travel?
To a degree, yes.
Okay.
Stargate Atlantis and SG-1 did, yes.
Then we have magnetism. Yeah, nobody knows how they truly work. So you just have polarity, anti-gravity. This is just telekinesis.
It's not even clever. Gravity crush? That's not how any of this...
This is just telekinesis.
Magnetism shouldn't be its own force, in my opinion. Or, like, the way this is statted out is terrible.
And then
this should be lightning based, for example, and this should actually be what I would classify. I just realized something that they didn't fucking do. Where's my super scientist? Where is my technocracy which uses this stuff? Why can't I make a Tesla gun that rips the iron out of your flesh?
Well, because that's Vril. That's lightning. But next up we have Cosmic. Arcane Seal, Subsume, Necromancy, Herald of Madness, and Body Snatcher.
Hey, do you want Vor? Well, here's
we have Lovecraft at home.
Do you want Vor or the skin suit fetish or necrophilia? This is the person that you shoot on sight's magic ability.
Then we have Enochian, harnessing the power of God himself, who's very angry that you killed his chosen people.
I don't think God is remotely present in this book, to be honest.
Then I don't know what this is. This terrifies me.
What terrifies you?
Well, yeah, summon a great portal shaped like a 6-sided star to transfer you between our world and the afterlife.
What?
Oh. What 6-pointed star?
What?
The Star of David? King David? The king of the Israelites?
So what
who happen to be Jews?
So what you're saying is, okay, here's my funniest idea yet. Imagine like a Nazi magic man who tries to use Enochian power, but it always sends them to hell. He's like, I don't understand. It keeps taking me to hell. I don't get it. It keeps taking me to hell, and they call it Sheol. I don't get it. Like they just don't like it. Just like it doesn't remotely click.
They keep saying that I did horrible things at Auschwitz.
Speaking
but
of
I'm
which,
just following orders.
Speaking of which, Prissy Princess was asking about this. What species would God be in this world? I think we answered that. He's a mouse.
Well, no, because God does not have a physical form.
No, but created man in own image.
So I think we
still does not have a physical form.
Here's another idea.
I think we were able to.
What's the proto mammal? Oh wait, no. What's the the tetrapod? It's a tetrapod. God is a tetrapod.
It's a tardigrade.
I can believe it.
Immortal.
I was about to say. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think we were able to find out what the other inspirations for this book was. Spirit science.
True. Oh God, you're right.
It would have been much better if it was spirit science. Because next up we have is Diabolism,
which is the
Soul
opposite.
Eater, Hex, Eternal Darkness, Bind Demon, and Blood Moon. Move the moon into position for a total lunar eclipse.
The moon. You by yourself have the ability to just tell Tide. Oh God, he doesn't understand what that does.
Oh no.
100-mile radius experiences a lunar eclipse. So this creates a micro reality within 100 miles. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, and it's permanent. I'd
also like to point out too, you can just summon a fucking demon.
Of lust or wrath.
Apparently those
Wait. Lust or wrath? Not change and decay?
Wait, you can only do lust or wrath. You don't. What about the other sins?
Yeah, not envy.
Where's my greed? I want my greed demon. No, think about it.
Adam, you just need the wrath demon to fight, and you already know what the.
I don't need a wrath demon. I'm wrath incarnate.
No.
I'm made of pure molten salt.
Fucking Trench Crusade has all the options for your demons.
You know what? I'm gonna have to say it once in a century. Trench Crusade W. Holy shit! I've never thought I would ever say that.
There you go.
Oh,
now we're getting somewhere.
Oh no!
Ay, Dios mío.
So, yeah, demons just exist in this universe now. Is that how the Nazis were able to win? They summoned demons.
But let's see. The demon of wrath and the demon of lust refuse to wear armor.
Is that an actual mechanic that they detail?
Yes. Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I'm not kidding you.
Oh no, you're right.
And demon of lust deals mentality damage.
I can't help but think this World War II game has gone off the rails.
I think it fell apart. Oh, by the way, there is an eroticism stat. Keep in mind there is an eroticism stat.
Oh,
and remember, there's a stat for if your dick's too big, it could hurt the woman, but there's also the same thing for the woman, which does not make much sense. Well,
remember the Amazons in Futurama where they were like bigger?
Yeah. Well, no, it used eroticism. So I'm just wondering if you just you're not able to find it through the big vagina, and it just emasculates you.
Well, no, you. Here's another question from Prissy Princess, by the way. But what if I wanted to forcibly correct Struggle Snuggle God? Would it have a physical form then? Probably.
No.
You probably could, using the mechanics in this system, do that.
I'm noticing too, the Demon of Wrath, it says not welcome in society, but it doesn't say the same for Demon of Lust.
Well, yeah, there's probably some weird gooning fetish with this shit, whatever.
Oh, but Adam, that means when I run my very own Iron Eagle session, I can make the my own Hell of a Boss crossover fan fiction I've always wanted to.
You could. By the way, it also has bad cop and good cop skills, so you could legitimately do dommy mommy shit with the Demon of Lust. Yep. You know, if you want to have everyone leave, that's a thing you can do.
I want to kill myself.
I am struggling to form words right now. Yeah.
Next, Arisophic. The newest source of power, geometric created by the SS using information gathered on a globe-spanning expedition. The Sotherod. Draw the emblem of a black sun, an ancient German rune on the ground to enhance your power.
By the way, that was just to cherish the sun. These are just random symbols this dude thought
Gungir.
were cool.
The Hakenkreuz. Wait a minute.
The Hakenkreuz is a type of cross. I forget the name of. I forget what it looks like because I don't remember this neo-Nazi bullshit that well. Is that the? Can you look that up for me?
That's just a swastika.
Oh, then he's just a coward.
It's just the swastika turn on the side.
Just call
if it looks like a square, then it's the regular swastika. To inspire and heal allies.
Well, I mean, it is.
Also, I like discovered in an ancient Tibetan temple. No one noticed that they were wearing it on their fucking armband.
So here's my problem with this. So the Hakenkreuz, aka the swastika, it actually, before what Hitler did with it, it used to mean good luck. It's why the Finnish Air Force still had it even after the war. It was a good luck charm.
And you had to ruin it.
Yeah, he ruined it for everyone.
Like the name Adolf, like the name Hitler.
Yeah,
and
people don't get named Adolf anymore, especially in other languages. Like Adolphe used to be a fairly common French name too.
Thank you for that. Have a happy birthday today, Hitler.
Yeah, this is your celebration. This is what your scions are doing now.
Yep.
You don't see Stalin's idiot great grandchildren.
Should have stuck in fucking art school.
You don't see Stalin's at
architecture
being
school.
This fucking stupid.
They're
all
too busy
I'm just
gonna
doing
say
horrible
is
things to horses.
All I'm just saying is Francisco Franco won by doing nothing.
He did.
Yep.
Also, Totenkopf would not be found in the Amazon jungle. This is a reference to the crystal skull, by the way, which is wrong. The Totenkopf is an ancient symbol. Not ancient. It's an old symbol. It was first used by the Prussian Free Corps, and it may have inspired the Jolly Roger flag. It is old and did not need to be in fucking South America.
And the Gotterdammerung, which brings Armageddon, unlike Fatal, does not kill everybody, but just slams a meteor.
So, do you think this
and
is
you
a
may roll
reference
to dodge the attack?
Do you think this is a reference to At the Mountains of Madness, where they found like the Shoggoths?
No, it is a Fatal reference.
Oh.
And you're also supposed to have a map for this, by the way. If you don't have a map, you can't use this power.
Prissy Francis. All the art in this book was actually drawn by the Mustache Man himself. Why do you think he was rejected from art school?
Oh, it wasn't his architecture paintings. It was his furry artwork.
I'll tell you this, Hitler is actually a better artist than, because if you've ever seen like his actual material, he's pretty good at landscaping. The problem is he sucks ass at drawing people. I'm not even kidding. Like you can.
So in other words, he'd be a perfect DeviantArt writer.
He could have done a decent living if he wanted to do You know those landscape postcards that were very popular in the 20th century? He'd have done pretty well with that.
Why didn't he go into that? Instead, he had to go into politics.
Well, first he wanted to serve in the army because he was dead broke. Keep that in mind. Remember, he started as an army guy and then was told to infiltrate the German Workers' Party.
Oh.
Yeah, you forgot that part? In another timeline, he would have just been some random fucking corporal. Random corporal who just did, like, maybe There's a weird cursed timeline where Hitler was hired on by Walt Disney to do backgrounds for, like, Snow White or something. There's a cursed timeline where that's the case somewhere.
The long form joke I remember saying to you a while back, Adam, was like, Hitler, instead of giving up, he becomes a world-renowned children's author like Dr. Seuss.
That's another funny one. I think my favorite is he becomes the original
the
Bob
punchline.
Ross.
The punchline is like many years after his death, a tribute book is released in his name, and it's called "I Love Hitler."
Well, you go into protection because I think I'm getting summoned.
Oh no. Should we continue?
Well, next up, protection. An entirely defensive source of magic. Some say this was given to the world to spread God's mercy. After the Holocaust.
Well, you know what they say. You just weren't the chosen people after all. Looked like. All right. Sorry about that.
Well, too bad. That was in the contract. Makes us as numerous as the stars himself, and all we got to do is cut our dick off, or part of our dick. But let's see what we have.
I don't know how I feel about like the fact like we just added magic to this. I guess like the only
it's a diesel punk set. Why? What the fuck?
I guess you could just say I ignored the magic in the setting. I guess
you're running around as not. This is only with the Nazis. Where's the Russian magic?
It's not here because the only thing he thought about was Asian and Germany, and by Asian I mean Japanese. By the way, that was actually a demon trying to get me to sell my soul to it. Apparently it's actually worth something. Don't worry, I didn't afford it. Diamond hands. Diamond hands on my soul.
I can get you a
son of a
good
bitch!
deal.
You just got chicken tendies. I can see it in your hands right now.
No, I didn't use it to get tendies. I got it to get this.
So,
Yeah.
the protection stuff, Heavenly Mercy, a minor ward, a major shield, counterspell, and Eternal Peace.
Known mostly by saints, soothe the hearts and minds of a city. Prissy Prince's side. I hate the image of an SS mage casting Eternal Peace just to prevent combat. I'm just envisioning like some weird dumb anime. Why are we fighting? Oh god, this is such a
Then next
terrible
up,
magic system, man.
War. Good God, y'all. What is it good for?
Good.
Absolutely nothing. Like this
Absolutely.
book! I'm saying again!
Let's see. Onslaught, Flame Tongue, which allows you to turn your mouth to a flamethrower. Blade Storm. Next stage. Stand back up just when your foes think they have defeated you. Oh, that's a fighting game reference. And
Yeah.
Bloodlust.
So this sucks, and there's nothing really okay, hear me out. You know that one Nazi cyborg from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which has like the goddamn machine gun stomach?
Yeah.
Sternhelm.
Imagine if that was how war magic worked, where you just converted your body into weaponry temporarily.
And you just scream German science is the greatest in the world.
No, you say German magic is the best in the world as you start powering your sword with the power of like fucking SS, like So Willow runes.
We really got to stop this because it feels like we're just, making this setting better for him.
We're single-handedly elevating this setting just by talking the shit, like shooting the shit. Yeah. Prime magic. You wish this was prime magic. Sorry, Angel. Like they did not put any thought into this, like they did with spheres. I'm sorry. Actually, how would you feel? Okay, here's my shitpost idea. How would you feel if for whatever reason for Mage 5th edition they just ported all of this over? They just used, instead of spheres, you got this. Like this is what you get from Mage. Have fun. Your silence says much. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
What do you
well,
want
next
me
up
to say?
is Song. We can sing our enemies to death.
I thought this was Mage 5e. No, NDR Prime is not a bad sphere. No, I disagree.
Well,
Prime is very useful. It allows you to fuck with supernatural creatures. It's bad by itself, but like Correspondence, it is critical for just fucking up a vampire or werewolf's day. Oh yeah, I need 70 damage to survive because you don't have silver. Yeah, well, I'll just turn your heart into a rutabaga and have it kill you because it's made out of silver. Why? Because I have life 4 and I have fucking prime 3. Just suffer werewolf. Suffer werewolf. Also, Beguile is, I believe, a spell?
Well, also here, Wish. Summon forth the devil to challenge him to a musical contest. Of course.
The devil came down to Georgia, wishing he was dead in its book.
Georgia. Not Georgia, Europe. Georgia, America.
Having some khachapuri now. Going to have the Gulag Row.
Then we have Spring.
No, you forget the worst part. If you want to play Jim Henson, for whatever reason, if you want a Jim Henson max, song is what you do. So okay, hear me out. You have a frog character, and he has a Kermit puppet because the third skill is Craft Puppet, which is your new puppet friend. And this is the ability to make a super fighting robot. They are a puppet you animate with. So hear me out. You could have Gigantor versus Kermit the Frog.
Hi-ho.
Then let's see. Then we have Spring, which is to just cause regeneration and growth and ability to speak with plants and animals.
So basically, some random Wiccan bullshit.
Oh wait!
Last minute.
Plants and non-sentient animals. So yeah, they are eating their own kind.
They're just not intelligent, so it's fine.
Oh, you could also shapeshift into another species.
Well, yeah. I mean, what better way to get into the pants of someone who?
Shapeshift into a mouse, instantly get killed.
No, you don't understand. Mouse shape shifts into another man and begins cucking him to death by basically replacing him. You don't understand. This is important for the cuck fetish that's in this book.
Then we have Winter, most popular among Finnish and Russian magicians.
Of course. But before then, Simon says I would be a scary mage. No, I'd die from paradox overload very fast.
Create a winter wonderland, a blizzard, hail. You just become giant.
You just become Elsa from Frozen or whatever.
Wow, this was worthless. Much like this next image.
No, it's less than worthless, imp. The hills are alive with the sound of copyright claim.
The hills are alive with all of the dead from the Shettles.
Yeah. I think the thing I hate most is that these MP40s are being fired akimbo. I actually genuinely kind of hate that.
Is this traced from a Fallout 76 commercial? Feels like it is.
16 times less the details. 5 times less options. Also, yes, Finland is not a real country. Don't worry, it's fine.
But next up is the armory and vehicle section. And unfortunately, we do not have tech here, so...
well, no, fortunately, because otherwise this would be like the rest of the entire video.
Speaking about the guns.
So don't worry, I'll try to do my best. So the ones that you see here is an STG-44, that is a Gewehr 43, MG-42 iteration, Thompson SMG with 30 mag clip, and the Luger, the iconic Luger. And they are traced. Those are traced pieces of art.
So page 160 gives us, well, beforehand there's a whole bunch of stats for the weapons or tags.
Also,
for them,
yes,
we
you
can
can
use
use bows
weapons.
because of well. Here's the thing: you can use muskets. Really?
Muskets. We'll figure out why we can use that. But let's see the weapons we have for the Axis.
Death Ray is an option too, by the way.
Yep. We have I guess the Gewehr 98.
Gewehr 98, which is I think a modernized version of the 88.
The Kar 98.
Yeah, I don't know what the G98 is, but Kar 98 is the service rifle. Gewehr 43 was an attempt at making an automatic, semi-automatic rifle.
I thought it was a shotgun.
No, Gewehr 43. It's the rifle with the 10 mag clip.
I just remember it being a shotgun asking Call of Duty.
They fucked
now,
it up.
do you think that the author's true passion is like being like a gun autist is going to shine in this, or do you think he's going to fuck
possibly
that up?
Well, let's see. Next is the MP40, which they're all having these weapons, even though it's 59.
Yeah, I mean the MP40 I could see being still used in tank crews like Panzer crews because it's narrow.
The STG-45, STG-58, FG-42, the MG3.
Why would they be still using the FG-42 and they should have their own like carbine?
But then we have the Italian weapons, which includes the Breda 50.
I find it insulting that the Italians do not have modern equipment.
And the French.
I find it interesting that the MAC 1949 exists. You would think that they would still. You think that the French would be using German weaponry?
Yeah. And the British. No, the British have the longbow. Get it?
Yeah, Mad Jack Churchill actually used one. He was the last guy to get a kill with a bow in a war, by the way. He actually killed a man with one.
No, I'm pretty sure there's been some war in Africa or Southeast Asia that's had that happen.
Last European, though. Hewat rifle? What the fuck?
The Vickers and the Lewis gun.
All right. So where's where's the Bren?
And the other allied weapons, like the Winchester.
Why is
the Sumio KP, the Schmidt R, the El Tigre, the VS 3340.
The Madsen?
The Orta, the Madsen. I have no idea what these
Some of these are real weapons. Some of these I think are made up and terrible.
Yep. Then we have melee weapons, such as unarmed, improvised, bayonet 1, bayonet 2, and bayonet 3.
What's the point? Who cares?
What are these fucking battle mechs?
Also, you like how the damage is just random fucking numbers like 44 or
Where's my
28 to
bayonet
25
prime?
BSP, which by the way, that
then-
means bludgeoning, stabbing, was it bludgeoning, piercing, and then stabbing? Why do those have D&D style damage types while the guns fucking don't? Doesn't
but then
that
we
make no
have
sense?
we have melee weapons such as the cricket bat
Ah, if you
The
want I
tonfa.
used my bloody cricket bat.
and the chainsaw, as well as the kukri, the gladius,
Yeah, there's a
the
lot of
tolwar,
fucking
shodel,
weapons.
the zweihander, the
My favorite is the
machaluti,
Falcata right there.
the machaluti, and the kopesh.
The Makuhuliti is fucking the Kopesh and the Makuhuliti are probably my favorite shit posts in here.
A banner, firearm or fire axe.
No.
Hand
The
axe, pole axe.
Hungamunga. The Hungamunga.
Where?
Hungamunga ban.
It's near the bottom. It's a weapon beneath tomahawk. Hungamunga. What's next? Is the hurdy-gurdy gonna be in this son of a bitch? By the way, here's all the armor you can get, which includes Pentomic armor and Byzantine armor.
I want you to understand this. So the Byzantine armor, it's 35, outdated, heavily lordly plate. So a ancient medieval armor protects you more than modern trench armor.
What the?
You know,
it was blessed by God.
Because famously, medieval armor could stop bullets.
Do you think he was doing the Trench Crusade thing where? So there's a few people.
I do want to state though, he did do his research. I mean, not research, but no, because I was reading the descriptions and outdated. That basically means if you get shot by that, if you get shot by a gun if you're wearing outdated armor, all that goes straight to your health. So your armor would not help, admittedly.
That's still stupid.
Oh, by the way, so I looked up what the Hungamunga is.
It's less stupid than that, all right? I want to give him credit.
The Hungamunga is an African blade, mainly known as a mambele.
We will show you that near the end of this stream because there's still much more to go. There's a lot more to go.
It's a hybrid knife axe.
Oh, I know what those. Yeah, it's from Central Africa. When you said what it was, yeah, I know what those are. This is commonly found in places like the Congo. It's like Central Africa, Southern West Africa, the western parts of East Africa. I know what these are. Yeah, okay.
I mean, I do have to
I've never heard by
appreciate
that
this guy.
fucking name.
Well, I can know why. That's what it's also known as. The Hungamunga in the Human World: A Visual Compendium of Wonders from Human History, 2018.
So there's also a bunch of fucking explosives. I think we should probably move on.
Yep.
We haven't even got to the Russian weapon. There's more. There's Russian weapons.
Yeah, this is the Axis.
Oh god.
Reusable gear. Then we get the Russian weapons, which include an AK-47.
Well, there's consumables, which include the Panzer chocolate, which cures sleepy. Basically, this is meth.
Yeah, it's meth.
That's meth.
Oh, and in America, we get the AR-15. Somehow. Oh, and the Uzi, which comes from Mouseland.
Yeah.
When was the Uzi made?
Not then. In fairness, it's really stupid that in
late 40s. Well, it would have been late 40s, but made by the Israeli army.
Yeah, and it wouldn't really be out for export right now. It's why I'm a little bit confused in because I think there's a couple of Russian weapons on here that weren't really out yet at the time.
And then let's see.
Same with the AR-15, really. Model 1866, the fucking musket.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, this is it's like some fucking musket,
yeah.
Really?
Also, daily living prices. A newspaper is apparently, or at least a month subscription, is the same price as 2 average meals.
I mean, for a month. I mean, remember, it's like a nickel. It's like a little over, like 20 cents for a newspaper at the time.
And a slave is 500.
unpopular outside the Reich in Africa.
Not America, and we'll get to the reason why in a.
It'll be stupid.
Yes.
It'll be so fucking
we
stupid.
get also bonus content, such as weapons that would not be available but could be, like the Pancor, the Spaz 12, the Scorpion, the Deagle.
What the hell did you just call me?
The MP5, the UMP 45, the Javelin,
the XM29,
and antiquated guns like the Potsdam musket, the Brown Bess.
This could have been cut.
The 2-bore elephant gun.
This section could have been fucking cut.
We needed a duckfoot pistol, revolver saber, a hand crossbow, a Zug crossbow, an arbalist crossbow, so many more. This page was definitely needed. You could have added more about how to rape people.
Also, yes, children cost the same as armed security per month. But keep in mind, you could also just get most of your money by hypnotizing everyone into being your love slaves.
Then we have vehicles, which includes health.
So this is all stolen from Twilight 2000, and I'm not going to get him too hard on this because, honestly, yeah.
Let's see. We've got the Kubelwagen.
So a lot. Oh, he actually bothered. So unlike the other ones, he didn't put any pictures here. He actually. So we found out what he really fucking cares about, and it's stuff like this.
Yep. The L4500.
He also gives the size dimensions, which is interestingly specific.
Yeah. The L3 tank.
The
Puma.
Yep.
It looks more like a Chupa thingy.
The Puma, yeah, this is a real German vehicle. A lot of these vehicles are real. I find it interesting they're still using them in the late 50s, though.
Wait, Metric, how the hell does the Desert Eagle exist? It was made by Israel.
Well, don't worry. It's
a possible weapon.
It's alternate timeline stuff. What I'm curious about is why are these World War II era vehicles still being used in the late fucking 50s, my guy?
The Panzer IV.
Why is the Panzer IV still around? Like, I can understand Panzer IVs being around in, like...
The Panther II.
Here's the thing. If you were doing, like, African brush war, sure, I could see a Panzer IV in this alternate timeline.
The Tiger II, which is the main support tank.
That heavy piece of shit. But, oh, wait. He actually has the new Bahar Zug. He has the fucking heavy piece of shit tank they only made 6 of. Why?
Yeah. Because it's the future. Because we now have the Yad Tiger.
The main support tank of the modern-day New Order is this heavy piece of shit that sinks in mud and is unreliable as fuck. Okay. By the way, Germany's obsession with bigger is better was one of the reasons that fucked them in the end.
Then the Char B4 Bustier, which is the final revision on the French people's primary tank.
I like how he doesn't have any art for this. I think I know what he's basing it on.
This is a fictional tank.
No, it's not, because the French... This is based on what actually happened when France liberated itself. They basically took this tank and made a different tank. I forget the name of it.
Well, don't worry. We also have the Hess Mark 6, which was created
I find it
after
kind
the
of
surrender of the
annoying
British.
that he cares enough to show pictures of this, but can't be
this
fucked.
This is the Churchill tank.
They wouldn't name it after Hess. They'd name it something else.
Yeah. But then we also have the super heavy vehicles like the Mouse 3.
Which, by the way, was one of the worst ideas that they ever came up with.
Wait, why are they naming it the Jew?
Yeah, I mean, this is basically... Oh, God. Do you mind if I... This would be like if Germany decided to release the Yid tank.
Oh, I thought you were going with a different slur.
No. Yeah, the Yid 5. What the fuck? Why'd you name it that? It means this.
Then the Ansaldo.
Oh, God. Why would you bring this
fuck
ugly
is that
piece?
thing?
So this was a failed Italian design. So, okay, here's the thing, right? Italy did not have... The heaviest tanks it could really build were like the lighter side of medium, right? They just didn't have the infrastructure and factory lines to build anything heavier. This was one of their ideas on how to build a heavy tank. It was rejected because the design is dog shit, But for
Like
whatever
primitive
reason,
orc tank.
this clown goblin thinks that because big gun filled with armor equal good. The
Adam,
same
it's really
logic makes the
cool.
T-35.
You don't understand.
This is the same dumb logic as the T-35.
Yeah. And the Char 3C.
Char Aznable.
No, char refers to a specific type of role in French tank doctrine. It's similar to, if you're curious on why all of the British name tanks are called challengers, like Challenger, Champion, Centurion, Chieftain. Every time they build what is called a cruiser tank, it has to have a C name. Different roles had different names. Char is, I think, specifically anti-tank tank.
Let's see, we got the Tog 3.
The Tog 3 is such a weird fucking vehicle.
The Pax Art Eternus, which is a Swiss tank that is a hovercraft, and it has an energy shield.
Why are the Swiss magically able to bullshit this?
Well, it's just like in Degenesis. They just have the advanced technology.
Why? Because
Actually,
they're
it's
the
more because they
banking
survived.
system of the. Why? Because they have a bunch of gold they got from all the people who were fucking slaughtered in World War II.
You're right. They're now the Jews of Europe.
I think I know what Donuts is going to do by the end of this goddamn module.
And let's see. You can make your own E-Series tank.
Which, for those curious, the E-Series was something that the Germans were kind of coming up with before the end, and I believe it was like the first thing that the West Germans did.
Is this just a fucking Omni-Mech?
It's essentially that, yes. This is how you make your own stuff.
Yeah. And then we have civilian vehicles. They at least include a Volkswagen.
Yeah, I'm going to be blunt.
Mercedes.
You can tell that this is where he really fucking cared. But
Same
the problem,
thing with air. Yeah.
Because look at how much this fucker is wasting on this.
Also, realize this: only one class can play this.
Yes. Look at how much he's wasting on this. Because I want to compare. Actually, I'm going to, because I feel like it. I'm going to compare this to Twilight 2000's 4th edition. So you can see our ugly mugs right here. Don't worry, I know it's horrifying, but
hi, I'm waving at everybody.
Yeah. You can tell because let me show you guys waving. Yeah, it's totally, we're totally like actually having VTube rigs and everything too. It's not like I'm a fucking moron that doesn't know where everything is at all. Yeah, he's waving. It only took him way too long, but hey, look, he's waving. So while that's going on, let me get my copy of Twilight 2000 Part 2 open. And let me go to the vehicle section because this is some happy ass horse shit. And I just want to show it. So let me show you what a competent book would do. Fuck. Okay, let me show you what a competent book would do. So this is how a competent book lists it all. So they show you a bunch of images like this, but notice that they do this, and it does to eat up a lot of time. But you know what they focus on? The shit that matters. For stuff that you don't need to get big fucking details on, look at how much they condense everything in one long fucking row. So this is how Twilight 2000 4th edition handled this. Go to our ugly faces. I'm sorry that I'm jump scaring you with our ugly faces. I know we're hideous. And now we're going to show you what this guy decided to waste it on. Because this is what he cares about more, and this is an active pain in the ass to consult with. This is clown shoes. This is not how you do this sort of shit. This is wasting hundreds of pages.
Now we know, I can guarantee you why, because this is entirely digital.
Well,
but this
also
still takes up.
Yeah,
this also takes up space.
Adam, what if I told you this individual, he's been looking into doing Vanity Publishing's book?
Oh yeah. What? So apparently, from what our spies have indicated, what our spies in the industry have said, he is interested in getting. It was Lulu, right? He was going through Lulu, which is a vanity publishing set, to get this stuff done in print.
Didn't specify. So yeah, he's gonna get $25 for $1,500 Americano.
I mean, if there's 25 players,
25.
I mean, far be it to them.
Yeah, my spies in the industry, we got a lot of them, and by a lot of them, I mean we have almost none. It's fine. And now we got to go
So
into
how
aircraft.
how many pages could he have saved if he was able to condense this down, like you were suggesting?
Several, because you could also
listen,
do this
the
for
entire
guns.
listen. There are like 4 pages worth of the civilian vehicles. You could put that in one.
Correct. You could have saved 4 pages there. You could have done it with the weaponry as well, by the way. This is just insane. This is just ridiculous.
We're going right now to aircraft with the Horton 229.
I think I've seen this before. This is from Medal of Honor. This is from Medal of Honor. God, what is it? Frontline. Medal of Honor Frontline. You steal one of these.
Oh. BV238, the Zhu 87, the BF 109.
Junker 87. That's a Stuka model. Why are they still using BF 109s? It's the 50s. This is the jet fighter era.
What about Messerschmitts? Farmans.
Also, Messerschmitt had like one good plane. Most of his other ones kind of sucked.
Oh yeah. Here's the other thing. You're adding an English weapon. This should all now be made into German weaponry.
Like, look at all. He doesn't even have art for this.
They've been controlling Europe for a decade.
Also, why are they still using prop planes?
Why do we have Spitfires?
Why is the Hawker? Why is the Harrier VTOL a thing?
Because he wants his alt wars, advanced weaponry stuff. We also now have helicopters.
You couldn't be bothered to come up with like a Nazi airplane, really? Like a jet that's beyond this 263?
And you give an entire section on the fictional F-225 that looks like it's supposed to look like a UFO.
By the way, you want to know the stupidest thing about this is? Do you want to know? Do you want to fucking know what a Nazi plane would look like? Probably. Soviet
Hasn't Hearts of Iron 4 done this?
No. Soviet makes. You want to know why? A lot of their earliest planes were designed based off of the Messerschmitt 262.
Oh, because of Project Paperclip.
Yeah. So basically, their first jet engines looked very German-inspired. They then essentially started experimenting on their own. I would have just stolen some older, like, the MiG-15 Fago or whatever.
Yeah. Also, Metric, I have to disappoint you. There are no Nazi moon bases.
No, there's no moon bases. They haven't even gotten there. Really.
And the problem is also we don't get to kill the Nazis on the moon.
Correct.
That's why Wolfenstein. That's why Wolfenstein 2014 was a great game. Not because of the fact that it characterized Blazkowicz or the gameplay. No, it's the fact that I went onto the moon and killed Nazis with space laser guns.
That is a proper review that I would have heard from the Axis media. 5 out of 5 on that one, man.
Let's see. So now we get Zeppelins. Yes, we've decided to bring in Zeppelins.
So here's the thing.
The armored airship.
Blimps and Zeppelins do have some uses in modern war. It's mostly used for supply, though. Supply and to a lesser degree observation. And even then, they're usually not manned for a reason because you just shoot them and they go down.
Yep. We've got the Graf Zeppelin.
Which is, if you're wondering, Graf Zeppelin, that is the reason it's called that is, and the reason Zeppelins are a thing is, Graf Zeppelin is the man who was really interested in building them. He was obsessed with, he was an early aeronautic guy.
And the Hindenburg class.
Why would you name it after the thing that notoriously caught fire and burned?
Well, because in this you can't go the humanity because they don't exist.
You could have
also,
named it
Angel
any
Royal,
other thing.
Yeah. No Antarctic bases either.
Yeah, that's lame.
Honestly, I'm thinking, do we want to continue with this, or actually just go into the lore setting?
Yeah, let's go into the lore. But before then, I'm just gonna go through very quickly. Look at all this waste that he's doing for
They've
all
got
this shit.
they got a Teltank remote control, a T-54.
Yeah, I don't know why they're using T-54s when the Germans are still using World War II vehicles.
Object 279.
The KV-2 is still being used. Oh, Object 279. This is from Metal Gear Solid 3.
Oh.
This is the tank Colonel Volgin shoots you with.
And then we've got the KV-6 super heavy tank, which I should take a look at that thing.
This is a real meme tank, and I think it is a real meme tank. I don't know if it was ever seriously designed. This might just be something he found.
I think I know what I'm using if I ever go into historical tank warfare miniatures.
This does feel like something I'd see in a Warhammer 40k, like as an IG regiment. This
It
feels like
actually does
something. Doesn't this feel
Hey,
like
hey,
something
hey,
you'd
hey,
see?
hey, GW might steal this.
Can't you see this thing being used for like the Armageddon Steel Legion?
Oh no! I mean, this is the next thing after the Rogel Dorn. They're gonna make this the Corvus Corax.
I don't know why they're still using Yak 3s.
Well, actually, no, probably the Ferris Manus.
So they have MiG 15s, but okay, whatever.
Yep.
I'm
They've
just
got
showing
MiG.
like look at all
We've
these
got
pages they could have saved if they didn't.
American land vehicles, the Davy Crockett nuke launcher.
Davy Crockett is a real thing that was designed.
And the M3 Lee.
Why is the
M4
Brewster
A1
Buffalo still a
Sherman.
thing? Brewster went out of business during the war, basically.
The M48 Patton.
Why is the Tomcat in here?
We also have the T-28A4 Armageddon Turtle Super Heavy Tank. Which is a nuclear launcher.
By the way, look at all this effort that this guy is wasting on this, and then he kind of just shits out the Pacific stuff because he doesn't care.
Are we still devoting energy into this?
No, we're speeding through pretty quickly at this point because I don't care.
Because Japan, when you get to the Pacific, it's just their guns, their tanks, what little they have.
And they have nothing in there. Sutton Skunk.
You can wear an iron Buddha armor. You can use a Wakizashi, a Tonto.
Hey, there's the Bob Semple, which is which is a meme.
You could also use a gunblade and a Buster Sword.
So before we yeah, that's a thing.
Because those existed.
Did I skip it on accident like an idiot? Because I'm in the equipment. I'm in the
230, page 230. Because it also gives us the Plague Bomb.
Yeah, let's
So we know Unit 37 exists. Unit 731 existed in this setting.
So before then,
and they were successful.
I want to cover some of these basics, since if we're going to go through this. Manchuria has its own weapons. By the way, these are mostly named. You want to know where he got these names from? He got these from Hoi 4. I know for a fact he did. He looked at images of the type of stuff they were equipped with, and this is just stolen from that. So anyway, melee weapons. Yes, Gunblade and Buster Sword are both things you can get. What the fuck? Plague Bomb, which is based on... So the Japanese had an idea of actually using paper bombs that were infected with like anthrax or something as a denial weapon.
No. Not that. No, they actually did put fleas with bubonic plague, put them in as plague bombs.
Yeah, and they were trying to use it to seed the West Coast with it, yeah. Okay, I just wanted to... fucking Iron Buddha armor. Look at all this wasted... Oh, look, they do have Imperial helmets and... Oh, no, it's heavy in plate. It's modern. They just decided to go back 1,000, 1,500 years, even though their entire thing wasn't that. Because, you know, that's what they're like, right? God damn it, I hate this.
Now, Adam, in the FAQ, he has listed his reasons why is the gear section so massive? Would you want to say that towards the end, or do you want to pop that cork now?
I think we should pop that cork now, given how much we fucking dedicated to this.
All right, here. All right, under Q&A towards the back, section 2, why is the gear selection so goddamn massive? The gear selection and player options in general are so expansive because this will likely be the only TTRPG I will ever play. Iron Eagle was supposed to be a fun side project for me, as I am primarily a video game developer. Oh boy.
So what happened is this loser has decided to use this as he is doing the Hollywood approach. So this is what he's actually
doing. My God. It just spirals into a massive rant too. While it started out as fun, it devolved into a depressing affair because of the sheer discrimination and hatred I have found in the tabletop community. I have been permanently banned from Drive-Thru RPG, Reddit, and several other forums. What does this have to do with your gear section?
So,
woe is me.
So what you're saying is that he fucked around and found out, not realizing that you can't really just do weird Nazi bullshit just for the edge's sake, and is complaining about it. You know,
the gear section and player Oh God.
No, it's just ignore that. He has sections. He has rape mechanics. He has rape mechanics. He has like sex. What the fuck were you thinking? Of course they wouldn't accept it.
What were they thinking?
You have rape mechanics, and then you include, I get to play as the Nazis.
The gear selection
and to top it off,
and player option.
And to top it off, the only reason he's going this hard, by the way, he is threatening to make this into a video game. He's like doing a Kickstarter, I think, for this or something like that. That is something that I know he's doing.
Oh, this will get banned off a Kickstarter.
So if you're wondering why, so this is just much like Neil Druckmann when he got his hands on Naughty Dog. This is his vehicle to try to get into the industry that he actually wants.
How's he gonna get?
No passion.
What is he trying to be, the Derek Smart of RPGs?
Possibly.
All right, the gear section and player option meant to be in all-encompassing, so you or I can run basically anything you want in this system. You don't even have to set it in World War II. And I have many items listed from the Napoleonic, medieval, and Roman eras. On a similar note, the Magician class was created to allow more fantasy-themed campaigns, if you wish so. It was originally written for the Pacific Theater supplement, as Asia is quite mystical and magic, but I felt it would fit right into the Nazi research as well.
So what you're saying is the only reason he has magic at all is because of the fucking Pacific shit.
Well, not only does he have that, he also has giant robots, of which I only see laser eyes, finger rockets, giant swords. It's not real robot. It's super robot.
No, don't insult super robot. It's not even that.
Well, no. That is the real robot. You don't even get your gun arms or anything like that. The super robot, you only get 5,000, and you just get to upgrade armor and attributes.
Specifically, it's going for Gigantor in nature.
Gigantor, it's the big.
Then we do get.
Why does he only like that shit? Like he doesn't even like Mazinger, really?
Well, no, you see, Adam, it's because we can't go with what you think is the usual mecha, because this is.
Oh God,
there's
there's horse rules, there's ship rules. What?
And it's even named Tetsugen. It's even named Tetsugen, which is the name, like Gigantor is the Americanized name. It's Tetsugen 28. You asshole.
What kind of game are we? Hold on. What kind of game are we playing? What is it? The Magic? We've got tanks. We've got aircraft. Pick a fucking era of a war.
Or at the very least, stick to one style and aesthetic. I'm okay with giant robots.
Why are we having stats on ships? This isn't a miniature game.
Here's my other problem with it, by the way. So you have Japan with the robots. Why don't I have German stomping mechs to fight them? Why don't I have like an American Liberty Prime going, time to kick some Jap ass?
Well, you see, Adam, that was meant for you to make, not him. Get to it, buddy.
Oh, yeah, I have to carry someone else's work because they couldn't be fucking bothered because it was all fucking vibes.
We're supposed to be adventuring. It says we're supposed to either be doing like a
No wonder you failed at video games. You have to actually you have to put thought into this shit.
We've got so we could either play this as a large-scale military conflict where, despite heavy nuclear weapons, it doesn't go completely hot.
By the way, there's also here's battleship mechanics because fuck you. Here's the naval section.
Yeah, or it's a small mercenary company.
You could have easily cut this section. There's no point to having a fucking naval. Do you really expect your goddamn players to play a naval section? Oh, by the way, the size dimensions of these are stolen from Battleship, the actual board game Battleship. It is because destroyers are 2, cruisers are 3, cruisers are 4, and battleships and carriers are 5 by 1. It's literally stolen from the board game Battleship. You sunk my idea. You never had an idea. This man is the Mercer El Kabir of strategy.
I don't even know what that means.
That's the time the British sunk all the fucking French Navy. He just shot himself in the foot. Oh, by the way, here's the special rule for Battleship. The smallest ones are 1 by 1, which includes a special Japanese version, even though you could just slap that fucking into the civilian speedboat, but whatever.
Oh, no. Okay, there's also rules to build your own fucking base. You get to build your own mother base.
Also, a Dreadnought's a 3 by 1. Well, fair enough. They usually displace about 10,000 tons.
Also, now, Now, Imp, there's so they got the rules for the super fighting robots. I
Yeah.
want you to listen to this description, see if this reminds you of anything. Similar to the protogen design of Switzerland, Japan has created a generation of vaguely intelligent robots who are capable of making decisions for themselves and attempting to obey orders given to them. Now, what does that sound like?
Isaac Asimov's Basic Robotics.
I was about to say the golem. They just
No.
make golems.
Well, no.
No, it's even worse than that. Because super fighting robot, that is the tagline to Mega Man. And there's the line, some robots are going Maverick. This son of a bitch has decided to steal Mega Man, huh? Well, I'll tell you this. If you're gonna crack out and do some fucking Robot Master bullshit, if you're gonna bring out the Mavericks because you're a furry and want your stupid, like, flame peacock or whatever, then fucking try. Just, you have nothing. You don't even have, like, special abilities that these guys have. You don't even give them, like, neat weapon system, for example. There's nothing here. This is just shit.
Wait, hold on. Prissy Princess. Can I play as a mercenary naked snake in furry World War II with my own mother base and nukes?
Yes, and you can also rape correct Colonel Volgan into being normal while working with Ava
Kuwabara!
to do it.
Kuwabara! Kuwabara!
Is that what Lale Lule Lo means?
Yeah, it's just basically correction via struggle snuggle. That's what the Patriots are all about, actually.
Also,
So
Simon's out.
I don't blame him. By the way, I like how there's different breeds of fucking horse.
Okay.
I like how European horse breeds are all the same, except Clydesdale, but then, like, you get the special Japanese bullshit horse, which is better.
283.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, we skipped the entire Navy. Fuck
that's
this.
lore.
Fuck this.
Bullet points. France surrenders unconditionally.
Okay, we're going 283, so we're ignoring all the... Okay.
Because fuck all that.
Fuck this. Drawing the base, ignore all this. Sorry, I'm just catching up.
The French surrender unconditionally. Fuck the the government in exile, I guess.
Unconditionally, so...
Yeah. Nearly 350,000 soldiers were captured, crippling the British war effort.
Nothing changed then. Nothing basically changed then, because France did surrender essentially unconditionally. It took the British actually building efforts to build a French in exile government. Charles de Gaulle wasn't that popular at the time. He had maybe 5,000 guys listening to him, and I think one of the governors did. And that was about it.
We've got the Soviet Union extends the Winter War. English are pushed out of continental Europe. Axis dedicate themselves to North Africa.
Okay, before we get into that, I'm gonna
America goes isolationist.
No, we're gonna go through this with. I want to brutalize this with a comb because this is my specialty. So the Soviet Union is embroiled with an extended winter war with Finland. You know what this would mean? They might get sucked into a war with the Allies, and they would get sucked into a war with fucking Sweden because Sweden threatened them if they didn't stop. So that's a thing.
Would that made of all the difference if that happened?
No, because technically Finland was losing anyway. In all honesty, what the winter war happening was basically what Finland punched well above its weight already. Also, the Axis power. Really? So they ignored the Balkans, which is where the source of their oil was. And Italy somehow didn't shoot itself in the foot by invading Greece.
I guess
that's because
not.
That was because Hitler was smoking a big fat joint with Mussolini.
No, America wanted to go part of this war.
Somehow, by 1942, some German went Lawrence of Arabia and helped mobilize Middle Eastern nationalists. I'm assuming not the Jews.
So this is possible to a degree, since there were anti-British authorities because of how they handled their administration. The problem is the British would have fucking invaded them and crushed them, because guess what happened? That happened in Iraq, you idiot. That's what the Golden Square coup, and then they got overthrown. They invaded the fuck out of Iran as well for the same reason.
Then we have what happened to Italy. They get couped, assassinated.
I'm trying to figure out how the hell. Okay, here's my next problem. How the hell did they actually manage to take LLO mine?
I don't know.
Now, here's my reason why. It's the main nexus point and supply piece, and it's right on the border of that. To have this actually work, the Italians would need to somehow defeat the British Mediterranean fleet, which they were never able to do. And Germany sure as fuck couldn't do that. Did the Italians get lucky? Because if you just wanted to go that way and they say they somehow managed to sink a good chunk of the Mediterranean fleet, that's something. Because one of the things that the Italians had a bad habit of being during the early phases of the war, besides being out of place, they tended to be very overly cautious with their fleet, which was an issue, but also probably the smart move.
Well, let's see. Next, Russia, white peace with Finland. Neither side changes any territory.
No. At that point, Russia would have fucking assaulted the earth and taken Finland. If it took 2 years, this is bullshit.
Let's see. Churchill goes to America to plead for them to support. He dies in a car crash.
Okay. That doesn't mean anything, though.
During Operation Sea Lion, Hitler received a phone call from Lord Halifax.
Why would Lord
Halifax? No.
Lord Halifax was not his vice chancellor, and on top of that, George VI would have dismissed his ass if he tried.
With the quote, "We shall surrender on the beaches. We shall surrender in the fields, in the streets, in the hills. Peace shall return to our land at any cost."
No. What would happen is George VI would have kicked his ass out of fucking office. He would have fucking thrown him out if he tried that. Try again.
No. George VI is now the monarch in charge of the United Kingdom.
Why? He was anti-German.
I don't know. Then there were relatively peace in Europe. Formal neutral nations pledged their allegiance to the Axis.
Also,
Spain,
you know what's really
Argentina?
convenient? No, there's one more thing. You know what's really fucking convenient? Japan didn't go to war with the U.S. Japan didn't try to invade France, or why didn't Japan invade Indochina? They would have. They needed the rubber and oil. Why didn't they invade Indonesia?
Well, because the Reich, I think, takes it. But here we go.
That would not stop Japan. They would actually be like, oh, thank God. They would be at war with the Germans.
The Nazis create a European Union.
That
Argentina, Finland, Balkan, and Spain join them as a member nation. And then, in 1943, they declare the final solution. All mice and magpies were politely but sternly asked to leave,
what a pussy.
being offered free transportation. Those who not accepted were rounded up and executed.
Okay, that's a little more accurate.
So
they weren't given anything, by the way. They were probably just given.
What happened? So what would have? So where's the Eitzingrappen?
Oh, by the way, Joseph Goebbels addressing the mouse population. So here you go.
Yeah. Thank you for visiting. You do not have to go home, but you must get the hell out of here. Any mouse found in the Reich will be, by the end of the year, will be executed. I will advise you to accept travel vouchers to Madagascar.
So let's continue because this is fucking insulting.
Wow.
So the Soviet Union did launch a massive offensive on the Reich. Fair enough.
In 1944. Unprepared for the war. I guess the Eastern Front just collapsed.
Okay, so here's what happens. This shit-sucking moron, what this fucking idiot has chosen to do, is he has decided to flip Barbarossa.
Well, I was about to say too, because like I don't know if you acknowledged it, because I'm going blind here, but
I don't blame you. This book is a cognito hazard.
The first sticky note basically it sounds like Roosevelt's like, hey, we're doing isolationism, guys.
Yeah, if you wanted that, you should have had Wendell Willkie win. You should have had Wendell Willkie win.
Landon.
He doesn't know.
Alf Landon would also work, but I think even he would have still stood up.
Yeah. Then we have the Battle for Berlin.
Also, the USSR stalled out in Finland and Romania. Really?
So Karl Donitz finds himself as the Fuhrer.
Finland was bled white, like a winter war that lasted 2 more years.
Also,
Finland would die.
Yes. Felix Steiner and his army of detachment broke through the Soviet lines.
Also, well, yeah, Prissy Princess, we actually pointed out what happened was the Battle of Berlin happened because he wanted that plot point and was too fucking stupid to know how to make it make sense. And basically, this was just like downfall if Hitler wasn't like smoking crack.
Let's see.
It's so fucking stupid.
They push back, and Poland is now basically a World War I-esque hellscape.
Okay.
which is not that much different from regular Poland.
I mean, that's what would have happened to what would have happened to Poland anyway under the Nazis. So.
Yep. And for the next 5 years, they would slug it out. Soviets keep getting repelled by the Finnish. Stalin dies of a heart attack in 1950.
This is some happy ass stupid bull.
In which
Finland as a people would be genocided by this point. Do you want to know? They literally lost a lot of men in the Winter War, and the Continuation War caused the population decline.
So
do you not understand? Like, the fact that they did as well as they fucking did is a miracle. I am sorry. I'm not being a tanky. I get Sisu. I really do care about, like, Finnish performance. Like, they are genuinely impressive at what they did. But no. Hell no. This would be like Luxembourg somehow managing to beat the shit out of the Belgian army.
Well, you see, Adam, this is a world with magic. They use their super Aryan magic to win the day.
I know. Well, they don't mention magic in any of this.
So let's see. We're now at a stalemate.
Held at bay by the mountains. No. Here's the dumbest thing of all. The most retarded thing of all. The mountains in the Baltics. The mountains in the Baltics. The notoriously flat fucking... The Baltics are flat. They are flatland for the most part. No, seriously, I'm going to.
Wait. No, we have Earth magic. Maybe they just put a whole bunch of mountains up there.
I need to do this because this has pissed me off on a level that this has activated my geologic rage, and I need to show this. I fucking need to show this. I fucking need to do this.
So, as we're talking about that, we're right now at formal peace in the world, but the Americans now have the atomic bomb.
Yeah, because they somehow managed to pull that off. Do you want to know the average elevation of the Baltics?
Sure.
65 meters. The highest terrain is part of a glaciation period. It's a moraine, and it barely exceeds 300 meters. It is just barely over 1,000 feet. Estonia has the highest mountain in the form of Suurmunamägi, and it is just a little over 1,000 feet. It is 318 meters. It is fucking flatland. You fucking moron. You fucking buffoon. You absolute fucking clown. You goddamn oaf. Look it up before you type shit. This isn't like a book made in 1999, guys. This is a book. Like, I get on White Wolf.
This guy has access to the internet.
No, here's the thing. I've gotten on White Wolf a little bit because there is a thing called a library, and what you could do is you could use encyclopedias, right? That takes time. I understand why they make shortcuts. I know why they only focus on, like, areas they know, right? That's not an excuse in my year of 2025. I am angry. I am fucking angry now.
Oh, don't worry. Go to page 288.
Yeah, let's continue to fucking violently brutalize this.
And hold on.
We're going to do a bit of performance art. You are a small you're a small schleppel of mice, and I'm the Ducklawanger Brigade. Let's begin.
Is there any way that we can flip the screen?
I am infuriated. So, at the mountains of the Baltics, which is like saying this is like saying the Great Trench in fucking Kansas. That's how nonsense it is. Oh, the Vatican? No, he didn't think this shit through.
More like the Great Tire Fire.
Prissy Princess, there's no fucking way he thought about the Catholic Church having an entire order of mages, which they should have, because there is, like, a lot of actual ritual and rite in Christianity.
So scroll down, and you'll notice a few things about the political map.
Also, Khrushchev sold out the Union. How did he not get shot as a traitor?
It will be hard to show, but I first need to point out there are 3 Americas.
Okay, so I wish I could flip the map, but honestly, it doesn't deserve it.
American Greenland, American North, and American South. The South extends all the way to Panama. We
The
have
reason
Grand
the
Columbia.
reason this stupid motherfucker did this, by the way, if you're curious, is because
Well,
he
we
wanted to
get
rip off
we
timeline
get to it.
191.
We get to it later. We get to it. We need to go through the map.
Okay.
We have Peru going communist. You will notice there is no Ecuador, presumably because it was eaten by that and Bolivia. There's also no Uruguay, eaten by Argentina and Brazil.
There's no Uruguay. There's also no Chile, which was also
There's
consumed by Argentina.
Yep. There's also no Suriname or Guyana or French Guiana. Instead, there is a country called Reich Guyana.
Also, Gran Colombia is back.
Yep. Now, if you notice in Africa, the only independent countries are Nigeria,
For whatever reason.
South Africa, Mouseland, and Liberia. You will also notice
also Rhodesia. You forgot Rhodesia.
Rhodesia. You will also notice that there's a French Africa.
I also want to point out, too, I think Argentina took the Falklands back.
Yes, they did.
Oh, they did.
They took the Malvinas back.
Now, it's hard to see, but in Europe, there is a Lith. There is a Lithuania. There's a Balkans.
Oh, no. I like how it's all owned by Lithuania. What the shit?
You will also now, if you go to the Middle East, you will notice that there is an Arabia and a Jerusalem, which ate part of Jordan and all of Lebanon.
I think also Cyprus. Also, Turkey
India,
just straight up owed Syria for no reason.
India is independent and has not split off into Bangladesh and.
The only part that was lost was the Burma department.
Pakistan.
Oh, hey, no, they did lose a little bit. Sikkim joined Nepal, which joined with Bhutan.
You will notice above that China has separated into various warlords, while Japan has eaten part of it.
Yep, Japan has eaten the coast, even though that's not remotely how this would have been handled. They also, for whatever reason, have not finished consuming Mongolia. I also do not see reorganized Mengukwo, which was supposed to be Menjiang, which was their attempt at making a Mongolian client state.
Prissy, I have to say, no, do not waste your time making a Hoi 4 on this. This is just TNO.
Don't waste it. Yeah, just play TNO or 1,000 Week Reich. It's much better than this.
Also, Australia has taken Papua New Guinea and New Zealand.
I don't really see New Zealand willing to stay with them. That's like a major factor in why they.
Yep.
I also like how they took Western Indonesia.
Yep.
I like how Indonesia is independent, by the way.
Yep. Now, if you scroll down, you'll see that the division politically, NATO being called the North Atlantic.
Well, no, there is one. No, there is one more
Organization.
thing I want to point out. Bulgaria was given Constantinople for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Romania is actually intact, so Hungary sided with them and got fucking nothing. Suffer, Hungary. You're not getting any of Trianon repaired in this timeline, bish.
So, if you do notice, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization includes the European countries of Liberia, Mouseland, Australia, and China.
Which is basically TNO. This is essentially a shitty TNO. Also, Turkey apparently went communist.
Turkey went communist. Nigeria went communist.
Okay.
And somehow India's neutral.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Yeah, Japan's also neutral.
No.
Brazil, Gran Colombia.
Actually, why is okay? Here's my next question: why is Japan? Wouldn't Japan actually own like its own? Where is the East Coast prosperity sphere?
Well, no, because we're going to now the Pacific lore. So it focused its entire.
Fuck.
So knowing it would be left alone, it focused its entire war on China. So the U.S. apparently did not block trade or whatever because of the fucking horror show that was going on in the Pacific.
The Dutch, British, and French, like the Dutch were willing to sell, but the British and French fucking pressured them. What? That's a major
Australia
factor.
would integrate Commonwealth territory into the Pacific Empire.
In a 2-decade-long World War. 2-decade-long World War? What? What?
Yeah, what?
Do you want to know why Japan invaded South, you fucking idiot? They realized they were running out of resources.
So
and they intentionally knew that they were distracted and basically on the back foot. If France was dead, they would have taken Vietnam and Indochina. And if the Dutch are done, they would have taken Indonesia. Are you fucking stupid? Do you want to know why they attacked the Philippines? Because the Philippines is a knife right into their supply network. There are actual reasons why they did this. You fucking idiot.
Oh. No. So Japan. So the problem was Japan was expanding more into China, so they resolved it with their own bomb.
So, okay, so my problems with this. So they managed to make swift gains on the coast of China and simply hold while waiting for supplies? No, that's not how the Japanese army works, buddy. They don't listen to your civilian government, moron. They just do whatever the fuck they want. And if you tell them no, they firebomb you or stab you a dozen times with their bayonets and then declare a
No.
new minister.
So here's what they did. Using the research of their top scientist in Manchukuo, they had developed a bomb which could cover a massive area, releasing fast-acting lethal diseases on major population centers.
Hey, nice. Unit 731 managed to make their virus
Yes,
bombs.
the Unit 731 kills millions.
You know what? Sure.
This is dealt with respect and subtlety of a gnat.
Yeah, because on the sticky note, we will destroy China as retribution for the stain they have left upon our honor. Let not one drop of their blood go unsp. I wonder why I got banned from itch.io.
Remember, we have survivor testimony of the Holocaust. We do not have Unit 731.
Well, no, we did, but you know what happened? We fucking swept for them.
No. Survivor. No, none of the people who were tortured and experimented by the lunatics of Unit 731 were able to tell us what happened.
It also didn't help that the U.S. was intent on saving them for their own fucking shit.
Well, all I'm getting from this is how base the Nazis are and how they should have won.
Starting
So
actual war and getting into conflict, they had no plans for no possible way to prevail. That never stopped Japan in the first place. They thought they could genuinely defeat China.
So, let's see. Manchukuo would name itself as the Celestial Empire.
Okay, yeah,
And
I
kind
of stopped paying attention. Sorry, the Celestial Empire. China had come to its limits with countless millions dead on both sides. Entire cities made barren.
So, then, after this, the Imperial Army and Navy would go into a large civil war and assassinate their leadership.
So before I get into this, some things I'm going to criticize. Puyi would be fucked in this timeline. He would be shot. Like, here's the thing. Manchuria was hated by its denizens. A lot of people, like, legitimately, the Japanese army and the Manchurian army spent a lot of time doing what was called bandit eradication campaigns, and it was a common hotspot for communist aid to get snuck in to basically cause new trouble. If you really wanted to do this realistically, where Japan has collapsed, there's a few ways you can do it. Puyi is essentially a puppet held together by the Kwangtung army. That's one way to do it. Like, you have the radical crazies from Japan holding him up. The other is, I would have gone with the Manchurian Soviet. Essentially, it falls to communism. This is bullshit.
Look, I know how unlikely it is, but look, we're in a world of gay furry role play, so just have Strassenberg.
I would be more fucking kind if he didn't use, like, actual real historical figures and based it on our timeline completely. And I would have also been more fine with it if he was willing to use magic and shit more often in his timeline.
So
he does
Japan,
none of that.
So here's the thing. So after the Civil War, Japan reestablishes the daimyo and samurai ruling caste.
No, the emperor would just say no. Like, maybe Hirohito, but his brother sure as fuck wouldn't allow that.
Yeah, let's just say the military overthrew him.
Yeah, they just have a new shogun.
In this exciting new era, because I'm a flipper-handed moron that's obsessed with fucking weeaboo, like, Edo period bullshit. Yeah, Japan regresses back like 200 years culturally because I don't understand fucking shit about anything about the IJA and their obsession with modernization.
Adam, I can't help but detect some hostility in your voice there.
Also, here's the thing. China is now a fucking barren wasteland.
If you're gonna make a setting, fucking try. And if this is your best, don't. Get someone else to do it, because you're not good at this, motherfucker.
Let's see. So China's basically Fallout. The Australians
Living in China
have made their new empire.
Living in China is like the Warring States period 2 millennia ago, because vibes. I flap my hands at Mulan. Mushu gave me an erection.
Now, Adam, is it just the Nazism that's the aggression, or like what is wrong with having a nation built on vibes? Well, a setting built on vibes at the very least. Like, hey, I want to do
There's
like
no structure to
samurai
it.
shit here.
There's a difference between doing it if you're a DM and then actually expecting to get fucking paid for it. That's my problem.
You want to know what a setting based on vibes is?
Morkborg,
Disney
and I
Star
fucking
Wars.
don't like Morkborg.
No. Disney Star Wars.
That too. Morkborg and Disney Star Wars both do it.
Well, I did like The Mandalorian.
Did you watch season 3?
No, I stopped.
Did you read the High Republic books?
No.
Don't you want to see Darth Maul Shadow Lord, which is mostly being a one-man advertisement by Sam Witwer, desperate to keep his fucking role as Maul's voice actor?
Somehow Palpatine returned.
They fly now.
Remember, at the end of the series, all of the Jedi are dead, and because
she killed Palpatine, she's now possessed by him. Yeah.
Yeah, the end of the movie, Palpatine wins.
I'm a stunning and brave woman now. I win.
Well, just don't. I have faith in Dave Filoni. The Mandalorian movie was.
They're already lying about their metrics. If you're curious, what was it? The 4 million they got. That's over 7 days. That's like 1/2 of what Ahsoka got, and Ahsoka did horribly. It's like 1/5 of what Rebels got. And this is including a second episode that just came out to bolster their numbers. There's a reason they did the Predator Badland lying about score using a company that effectively is willing to play bullshit corruption games by artificially inflating their scores by selecting people to rate it high.
So, moving on though.
Dave's fucked. He can't write worth a shit.
So, the Japanese, despite going traditionalist, have also developed death rays. And the Sea Wing, a combination submarine and jet fighter.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that in BattleTech Boondoggles. I was okay with that.
Why is this shit coming? Why does it come back to submersible planes? Why is that a thread?
Well, you
land,
see...
air... Wait, hold on. What if we had a submersible that turned into a tank that turned into a jet?
The thing that really boggles my noggle is this dude's like an actual Tetsujin 28 Spurg, and nothing else. He doesn't give a shit about other mecha, and that is fucking fascinating to me.
That's because he needs to.
We then have
to keep with the aesthetic.
Yeah. We then have a where are they now? So of the Nazis, Hitler, Hess, and Bormann are dead.
Hitler heroically died.
Himmler is doing the Burgundian state in Argentina.
Yeah.
Goebbels is in charge of African affairs.
I'm just now envisioning him having like a hypnotist harem of like rhino fucking belly dancers. Just
Karl Henke, the Reichskommissar, or the commandant of Auschwitz. I believe that's.
Yeah, he currently heads the SS. But don't worry, like I don't understand why I'm being canceled, man.
I can't help but notice Goring isn't mentioned.
No, he was the Reichsführer of the Schutzstaffel.
He forgot. Oh, he forgot about Goering. Where's Goering?
Where's Goering? Where's Heydrich?
Where did Goring go?
Wait. Where's Heydrich?
He forgot about Goering.
I just alt-tab for Goring. There's no mention of Goring anywhere in this fucking book.
Does he not exist? Is that why? Is that like the change? Is it because he was never born?
Listen, when he got in that Roman costume as the Roman senator, everyone just said, "Oh, there's Caesar," and just stabbed him.
NDR has an excellent question. Why use this book? Just use Conflict 47 and Dark Heresy. Got it in one.
No, only war. You do only war.
No, Conflict 47. You got it in one.
Okay, next up, Mussolini. Assassinated. Philippe Pétain died of old age.
That's fair.
George the Sixth, absolute monarch of the United Kingdom, Britain, and Ireland.
Why is it? Wait, how is he alive? He had stress issues and died. It should be his daughter.
Paavo Taliva, current president of Finland, founder of its fascist party.
Okay. He had to look
Michael
that one
I,
up.
king of Romania. Oren Rommel is the current prime minister of France.
How? He's not a French citizen.
And Franco is the current leader of Spain.
Wait, you couldn't even be arsed to look up like the French far right politics? There's like a bunch of fucking dudes you could get from
Le Pen.
collaborators. You could get Le Pen's. You could get Le Pen's father. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Le Pen ever say anything about like Hitler and shit? Because I know he was like a paratrooper.
He was a far righter.
Her father literally was like a fucking collaborateur or some shit like that, or some. I'm saying some shit like that because I don't remember. But
So,
like the whole right wing in France has like some really big skeletons in their ancestral closet.
Yeah. Next, Churchill died of a car crash. FDR, natural causes.
Just like our timeline. Fair enough.
Yeah. Sir R. Menzies, current president of the New Australian Empire. Eisenhower, president of America North. MacArthur, president of American South, also known as the Confederate States.
No.
There's a way.
George Lincoln Rockwell, ambassador between the United States and the New Order of Europe.
I mean, that's at least inspired in this timeline, I guess.
Stalin,
I feel
stroked. Zhukov, dead. Khrushchev, alive.
How is he alive? He signed. He basically spread the USSR's asshole as a traitor and signed a deal. He'd be dead. It should be like Malenkov or something.
Yep. Hirohito, emperor. Tojo, dead. Yu, emperor of the Celestial Empire. Chiang Kai-shek.
By the way, it's called Celestial Empire because he saw the Hoi 4 path for China.
Yep. Mao Zedong, chief commander of the Communist forces in China. Syngman Rhee died in the Korea Uprising. Kim Il-sung died in the United Korea Uprising.
Oh yeah, by the way, Korea is going through a very fun time, and by fun time I mean it's getting Celestial Empire struggle snuggles.
We have now a whole section, 100 pages worth, dedicated to the cultures and lifestyles of the people. I'm going to just say one thing. Jerusalem here is apparently established in the Holy Land as a haven for Christians to settle in.
No, we're going to do that as part 3 because I want to go through. I want to fucking knife this thing 1,000 times because of how little.
We're going part 3. We're going part 3.
Boy.
I want to scorch this thing's earth.
Now I don't know. I would just like to add too, because we're going at light speed. I don't know the nuances of Mr. Rockwell, but I feel like America would just fucking slice his head off just out of frustration.
I mean, he did get assassinated in our timeline, yeah.
Well, no, not even just like by like one of his own, because I know that's what happened. But I just feel like America just like I don't want to deal with this.
Well, I
gotta understand.
More respectable people
if we have allowed a man who founds the Nazi Party in 1959, our country's fucked.
I mean, it is fucked. It split itself in half due to bullshit. I'm going to be blunt. Bullshit retarded reasons because the dude... Here's the thing. The core of this is he had an idea that was really stupid and it was based purely on aesthetics. And he decided to use this as a vehicle just to get into video game design, I guess.
No, to get into RPG design.
Which is one of the dumbest things you can do. Like, oh god. So, yeah, we're going to do part 3. And the reason why is I want to scorch this thing's earth because this is just the timeline. Do you want to see how much of a shit he gives about putting in world building for like the society? I'll tell you, it ain't going to be a lot. And on top of that, we're got to go through the rest of the randomly asked questions because there's a bunch of those. This is going to be a 3-parter. I thought we could have maybe crammed it into 2, but no. No,
next up, we're going to figure out why did the United States decide to completely divide in half and rebuild the Confederacy?
I am going to read this book.
What did the Nazis do to the people in Jerusalem?
I am going.
What are the communists doing?
What the Ducklewanger division did to the poor magpies of Europe.
And let's find out how the Waffen SS is the most diverse army in the universe.
Well, in fairness, it kind of was, since it had
It really
actual
was.
Muslims. It had like
It actually
actual
was.
fucking Indians, Muslims. I think it even had a black unit or two in it.
They probably would have.
No, I
But
think
let's
I think
learn
they
then about the
did.
crime and punishment, the housing policy, and the holidays celebrated all across the world.
And the reason why is I really want to show that if you're going to do this type of world building stuff, you have to do it with care. This is not a vehicle to just kind of play shit around. If you're doing a professional work and expecting money for it, you got to try. And I don't think, on the one hand, I think he did, but on the other hand, holy shit.
And let's see how offensive this can go. Next time on Dice Scum Live.
Do you think the original Intent of Africa displayed as monkeys? Do you think that's the joke he went with? Because I'm not seeing monkeys on here.
What now? You're starting to break up on us.
No.
I think
he was talking about if Africans would be depicted as monkeys. And remember,
no. Rhinos.
They're rhinos.
Rhinos and lions.
And hyenas.
Shit. Yeah. So have a good night. Next week will be part 3 because I'm going to be blunt. The other reason is I don't want to look at fucking Hypermall. Don't worry, we're going to do it. I need time to prepare.
Yeah, really living up to that salt volcano title, buddy.
I think we're going to cut it now since, yeah, everything's falling apart on Big's end. See ya.